Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 19 of DeGodCast, the podcast by DGens for DGens, where absolutely nothing is financial advice. Today is July 12th. It's JB, part of your trio of hosts, and we are getting funky this week as we test out YouTube live streams during recording. But as always, we appreciate y'all tuning in. If you want to support the pod, please like and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. Feel free to chuck any donations over to dgodcast.soul. But most importantly, tell your fucking friends they're never going to lose their virginity if they don't tune in. So, this week's episode is brought to you by Mystopians, a new project by OG DGod Divine Council member Marty McFly, creator of the DGod's Deal Finder and Burn Score Calculator. Real ones remember burn scores on thethirdweb.io. Him and his team are expanding the third web to include tools like maps, event calendars, and owner directories for all communities on Solana. Check their Twitter at Mystopians. That's MYSTOPIANS for a detailed thread on the tools they're building. And as a special hookup, they're giving away a free Mystopian NFT to one lucky DeGodCast listener, as well as 10 whitelist spots. All you got to do is enter their Discord and say, hi, from DeGodCast. Oh, and they're also giving away 375 dust and a Duppie's whitelist spot on Twitter. So definitely check that shit out. Again, it's at Mystopians, MYSTOPIANS. And we have a great guest with us this week in Mr. Soul Sorcerer. But before all that, Chapter, hit him with a decap.
All right, yo. We back up in this bitch. Missed last week, but for the recap, this week, some of our favorite artists, dropped a couple threads attempting to address and encapsulate a tale of incredible ambition taking place at what is presumably the longest and largest sleepover in recent history without leaking any alpha on the upcoming Duppie's NFT mint, which is tentatively scheduled for the end of the month. Francisco DeGods hopped on the Hopium podcast and entertained the idea of what the streets are apparently calling the post-Duppie's dump, when all of a sudden DeGod holders become overwhelmed with weakened dexterity. It was a dope interview with some brief mentions of what the future of DeGods looks like right after the Duppie's mint. Go check that shit out. But let's be honest. Our research team over here at DeGodCast has been in the field day and night trying to circumvent the noise and shake down everybody with a Telegram account and an internet connection at DeGod's HQ, but mum's the word. And the lips, fucking diamond, for now. You ever see Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal? If it bleeds, it leads. Well, the only thing that's been bleeding in my feeds and backdoor convos is literally enigmatic and abstruse tweets with coupled zeros in them. What could this mean? Well, fuck if I know. If you owe, you owe. In other news, Killer 3's picked up the necessary dub, I should say, last weekend. But for folks who missed it, you should already know the vibes. Frank Nitty's still running through traffic like the God of War. Fam was on that big Kratos energy in the paint, like always. Still very close game to the homie Dante Green. Followed through with the and one, closing that casket with the 3-point play, 52-49. We make those. And finally, the new holders only tab has been integrated in the renowned Dusty's Dust Auctions and Raffles Center website with the motherfucking dark mode toggle feature for rational people who care about their vision in the future. We love to see it. But shout out to the light mode psychos. Also, shout out to everybody who fucks with the show and all the crazy support. Oh, and Dust Having is in 25 days. NFA, Dior, let's fucking go.
Did not need the Dust Having reminder. That shit came way too quick after the last one, but
hey, you gotta stay woke.
That's the name of the game. Frank won't let us down per all the cryptic tweets that he puts out. And shout out Frank for being the motherfucking Spaces Solana face of engagement king while like not much goes down, because damn, bro, that guy is grinding 24/7 to just keep people on their toes and keep hype going and shit. And better him than me, man. He's got the will power of a fucking champion to keep that shit going. So shout out to Frank.
Yeah, shout out to
So
Yerba Mate. Bro, I've been missing all the spaces. I've been missing all of them. Like every time,
God
like
bless
fucking,
you.
yeah. I've been literally
So,
missing all of them.
like I said, speaking of Twitter Spaces, this week's guest is the Twitter Spaces panty soaker, the Thomas Shelby of the DeGod's horse racing syndicate, D Stables, and the DeGod's growth team lead, who somehow never knows anything about what the fuck is going on with the project. But
Facts.
Soul Sorcerer, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing so good, man. I'm pumped to be here. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be fun. But before we get into fucking anything, can we do this rebrand, or do you think it's too late? Are you stuck with Soul Sorcerer forever? Because you're killing me with this 4-syllable name, dude. It's brutal.
I know. Honestly, I hate it. I made it in the very beginning because I wanted it to be cringy, right? Like that was the whole point. I didn't think I would ever.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, I didn't think I would ever, make anything of it. But I think at this point, I'm definitely made my bed. I feel like I can't switch now.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Could we maybe call you like Source or something a little more?
Hey, you guys can call me whatever you want. Some of the people on the team call me S3 because I had like the 33% in my name on the Telegram, and they thought I was a nerd.
I guess, yeah.
So
it makes you sound like a fucking like R2D2, which is equally nerdy, I would say. I'm gonna go with Source, I guess. We workshopped Poncho a little bit on the Magic Eden boat, but I don't think that'll stick because everyone's gonna be like, "Why the fuck are you calling him Poncho?" But
yeah, had to be there.
We'll see. Yeah, had to be there. I can't do more than like 2 syllables in a name, so we'll see. I might just call you like, "Hey, Bud," for the rest of the podcast.
Bud, Source, whatever you want, baby.
Yeah.
Call him Source, man.
Beautiful.
Make Source happen.
All right, yeah, I can fuck with Source. I can get down with that. So, all right, give us the sorcerer intro to the world of Web3, crypto, NFTs, and then specifically into DeGods, because I feel like no one has a boring how I got on the DeGods team story.
Yeah, for sure. So IRL, I work in tech startups. I founded one after I graduated college. Messed around for a while trying to figure out what that word was about, but really just got immersed in the tech world. And there was this trip I took last year, kind of out of the blue. We went to Miami. It was this like impromptu Miami Tech Week, where just a bunch of tech people on Twitter decided we would pull up to Miami at the same time. And I stayed in this Airbnb with a bunch of founders, some VC guys, and one guy in particular was a Solana maxi. And this was like April of last year, so like early. And he straight up told me, he was like, I was a data scientist. My entire net worth is in Solana, and here's why. And I was like, that's pretty bullish. So that's how I kind of got into Solana, but I never really got into the ecosystem until about August when the NFTs started kind of popping off. I saw DGen Apes mint, and I saw them go to the moon. And I got really interested in the idea of being able to make money flipping JPEGs. And so, yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's literally like an addiction at this point, but more so then, I think. I mean, the dopamine of like minting your first NFT, which for me was Bold Badgers, rest in peace.
Oh no.
But it was fun.
We're all still chasing that first hit.
Shout out to those discounts.
Yeah, I guess.
You swan art every day.
The OG utility. But I was just a DGen, man. I think I wasted like half of all the Solana that I bought just on random stuff.
Fuck.
And then I minted DeGods in the public sale. Just vibed with DeGods just because honestly, I think the 1-of-1 honoraries like really caught my eye when they were like tweeting those out to people. Like so seeing Anatoly's and stuff. I just thought the art was pretty sick. And so I minted one. I feel like I got really lucky because that public mint was a little scuffed.
Oh my God, dude.
Lord, bro.
Yeah.
That was my 3rd mint ever. I thought that was normal because like literally my first 3 mints on Solana were all fucked and I like managed to mint them all. So I just thought that was like the name of the game.
Yeah. I mean, you're
honest,
shooting in the dark.
It was kind of normal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
shit was
pretty
fucked.
much. It was a bloodbath.
For a long time.
that was the meta back then.
Yeah.
But I got lucky. I minted one, but I didn't really like join the community. Like I was just a passive observer in the Discord.
Yeah.
I didn't even really like. I didn't tweet. I didn't talk in Discord or anything. And then towards
What
the
were
end
you
of,
doing, bro?
I mean, I was just like flipping. I was talking to my IRL friends because we were all kind of
Okay.
into it together. And
Okay.
one of my best friends, he was like super into like the Twitter Discord game, and so he would just kind of tell me what was up. But yeah, I didn't understand it. I didn't like, I don't know. I didn't see any enjoyment out of being a part of it. I thought it was weird to talk to all these strangers on the internet.
Fair.
Yeah, and then and then probably about January is when I really started getting into it. Started just like writing threads on DeGods, trying to explain what the tokenomics behind Dust were, how the Radium order book works, just stuff
I
like
remember
that.
that. I
Yeah,
use a
yeah,
ledger, right? Was that
yeah.
you
Use
too?
Ledger, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And mostly just because like I understood it and I saw all the questions in DDAO, people asking all this stuff, and I was like, well, let's see if we can help people out.
Good for you.
Yeah, slowly transitioned into like alpha threads, and I would post those in the alpha chat. And then one day, I think AK just like gave me the alpha team role,
Yeah.
and then maybe like a month later, he reached out to me asking if I wanted to be a mod, and I guess the rest is kind of history. I've been helping out where I can, doing as much as I can to just help build DeGods into the #1 project, baby.
There you go. It's all you. Like I said, the biggest team member that doesn't know anything that's going on ever.
Yeah, facts. Soul Sorcerer is just like, I don't know, man. I don't got like never's got the fucking like alpha. He's got the fucking
Bro,
the
that's just
fucking
what he
strongest,
says to you guys.
Yeah, he's got
He
the
knows.
strongest diamond lips, bro, like in the community, bro.
No,
I believe him. We've dealt with that a bit. I believe him.
yeah, I mean, I
I
definitely know some things, but I don't know any of like the juicy stuff that anybody wants to know. I mean, when
right.
you think about how big our team is, like they keep it on lock pretty well because it just
Surprisingly
takes one
well,
person.
annoyingly well, if you will.
Yeah,
There you go, annoyingly well.
Annoyingly well.
I agree.
Yeah, I would ask you like, what is it like a day in the life of a DeGod's team member? But I'd imagine it's just like you and Jimmy getting ghosted on like Twitter and Telegram and Discord all day.
no, it's all Pepe
Yeah,
memes.
for sure.
That's it.
It's all Pepe memes. Fair. True. Okay, so you started on D Alpha. Do you you still play a small role in that? Do you enjoy like the Alpha Hunter grind, or is that as miserable as it seems? Trying to like always find new projects and do research on them and figure out whether they're a rug or not before you push them into the DDAO.
Yeah, I enjoy it to an extent, not in the same way that I used to. When I started, I would go out and I would try to find projects that were cool, and I would like show my bags a little bit if I was really bullish. I think now we're really blessed to be in a position where a lot of projects reach out to us first, and so it's more about like funneling down that inflow and figuring out what's worth it. But I do really enjoy talking to project teams, especially on spaces. I think, it gives you an opportunity to really understand the people behind these projects, like the way they answer things and the way they think about things, which can't really be communicated very well over a roadmap or a Discord announcement.
That's facts. That's like when everyone thought DeGods was a rug, but then if you listen to Frank talking to spaces, you were like, oh, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Word.
All right, well, better y'all than me. I don't have the patience for that, but we appreciate you. Salute to your service.
Facts.
So obviously, that kind of transitioned into the destables thing, and I don't know if that came from doing Alpha Team and realizing like these motherfuckers are building something super, incredible on Solana, or what happened, but what made destables kind of pop off, and what made you so bullish that you were like, I need to get everyone in DeGods on board on this?
Yeah, tell us about the fucking horses, bro. I will never forget fucking like in the beginning, like when you first came out, I was like, hey, announce the fucking destables, fucking what was it, like fucking 9 soul or some shit, you know what I mean? Some shit. Yeah, tell us what's the scoop, bro. Drop the
That
Drop
sounds
the
like
alpha,
somebody
bro.
who's not a contributor.
Hey, facts. I know, bro. I've been in the like, bro. Like, I was asking somebody, like, bro, like, how do I get the contributor role, bro? Like, he's like, yeah, bro, the stables.
That's what you get for asking questions and not aping first, bro. I just
Yeah,
saw like
see?
we're taking soul and NFTs, and I was like, all right, where do I send them?
I need a fucking horse, bro. Bro, give us the scoop, bro. What's the deal, bro? What's the stables, bro?
Yeah,
Break it down.
I mean, honestly, like it didn't even come from being on the alpha team. I wanted to mint the original collection of theirs. I think it minted back in around the same time we minted, like September,
Yep.
October, something like that. I didn't get to mint, so I bought one off secondary with a friend.
So minting what though exactly? Like what
Photo
is
finish.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
got it,
photo
got it.
finish, they came out with
Studs.
yeah, the stylish studs, and then the fine fillies was a secondary mint / airdrop, and then the horses that we have now are the product of breeding two of those together. And so essentially, I mean, I was just really bullish on the team. So the team there is I mean, they're all AAA game developers. They've worked at EA, Zynga, you know, all these big gaming companies, and the founder was the creative director of Madden for several years. And so they just have the real world experience and connections to actually make a legitimate AAA gaming experience. That
Can I
yeah, go ahead.
interject right here for a second?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say Madden is the least creative game of all time. So,
Hey, but it's still a
know.
$1 million game, so
there you go.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play Madden, right? Like, I'm not a fan of Madden, but I recognize, especially being in tech, like I recognize how difficult it is to create a game that's high quality in the way that it's played. And so that's what made me bullish. And the founder, he actually had this like horse racing manager app. It was like an iPhone app. It was a game that he launched just on the side, and it became relatively successful, which is the inspiration behind Photo Finish. And so like the game was already kind of built in a way. And then also I had heard of, and I had done research on Zed Run, which is a big Ethereum project. Yeah. I don't know exactly where they're at right now, but I know like at its peak, people were making millions of dollars, just like breeding, racing, and doing all this stuff. And so I just kind of had this like long-term vision that that's what this could become. And then when it came time to start D-Stables, it was it was like, God, it was so botched. Because I mean, essentially, I was just trying to get like a couple people to put some soul in so that we could get like one really good horse. And so I posted about it once in the alpha chat. Nobody cared. Because I mean, it's a complex game. It's hard
Classic.
to understand. Yeah. And then the breeding window was ongoing, and I posted it again. And at the bottom of that, I invited anyone, you know, hey, if you want to join a stable, like we could combine forces, like put all of our money together.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah. And then it kind of like blew up from there to an extent. I think, you know, like 150, 200 people tagged me in the God chat wanting to be a part of it. Tried to get some channels for us made, but I think the rest of the team still didn't really understand what I was trying to do. And so we got this group made, and then I literally just like sent them a wallet, and I was like, all right, so here's the price for a share, and if you have like one of the NFTs, here's how many shares those are worth. And then we kept it open for, I don't know, a week or two, something like that. And then we did a second fundraising round similarly, and then in total we raised over 1,200 Solana and over 80 of the different NFTs from the club.
Yeah, dude.
I'm doing my part, man. I put in 5 Solana. I didn't know what it was. I just
wasn't it 3 a share? Why'd you put in 5?
The price is
the second round was 5. Now it's 10 for
so
this.
you were not
all
early.
the fucking
Damn,
rounds.
sorry.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not early at all, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm early enough compared to you.
Well,
yeah, true.
The thinking too behind that is, I mean, we didn't get in the earliest, right? Like we didn't accumulate last year or anything, but we got in pretty early in that just the floor value of all the stable assets has like doubled or tripled since we put it in.
Fuck yeah.
So I'm up on my 5 soul?
Yes, you are. Actually, the market value of a D-Stables share currently is sitting between 6 and 7 Solana.
Oh, okay. That's what I like.
I got like 3 of them at 3.
So I would always join the D-Stable chat because I just invested without even
same
I don't know what it was, you know.
Yeah.
And I always ask, like, what is this? What are we gonna get tokens or something? And then I leave the chat and like don't check the answer. Three weeks later,
Classic.
That's the way to
3
do it.
weeks
Yeah.
later, and
Ask
ask the same
question
thing.
again.
And so
Yes.
I'm glad you're here because like I
Yeah.
have no clue what I sent.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's 5 soul, so it's
Well,
not a huge deal, you know.
So
but,
I used to
you know,
see
it's nice to know what I threw 5 soul at.
Big Brain has been talking about photo finish for like ever, dude.
Yeah.
And my thought on it was like I was always too late, you know, to really like see anything impactful or do anything impactful in it. So when I heard about Destables, I was like, okay, this is my chance to get in on something that collectively could be like on a Soul Big Brain status. Cause I think we're like one of the top 3 stables or some shit. And I think he's like one of the top 3 as well, or top 5 or something.
Yeah. So Big Brain, he actually has a couple different stables. He's got a lot of horses.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, based on the beta, which has been running for, I guess, maybe almost like 2 months now, I think right now we're ranked as the 2nd highest earning stable in the entire
Let's
platform.
fucking go.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, we're definitely a very good stable. We've got, I think we're actually the stable with the most of the highest grade horses. So
And that's only going up when we bring in the plebs like chapter.
yeah. And
Hey,
speaking
facts.
of that,
Put me on.
we're gonna have another fundraising round very soon.
That's what I
Hell
was gonna
yeah.
say. So do I just like go fucking get a horse and just bring my horse over your house to have sex, or like how does this work, bro?
No,
And my
so-
horse in your house gonna fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like I mean, like I'm just trying to. I'm here to extract alpha, bro. Like so, if I go get a fucking horse right now, bro, you know, like, what's the deal, bro?
Yeah,
What?
so
Yeah.
realistically, I mean, you know, we have a lot of the best horses already. And so if you wanted to contribute
course we do.
to D stables in the form of a horse, it would have to be one of the best horses, which would cost, you know, maybe 200 soul to buy right now.
Okay, so it's either contribute
Damn.
soul, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, right
so,
now it's
so what
only
you're saying
soul.
is, okay, so right now it's soul. Okay, so contribute
course it
soul.
does.
We'll
not
make
contribute
special
genetics.
exceptions. For example, if somebody has like the best horse, like yeah, we'll make a deal, you know. But yeah, it's
We'll take
just
the
soul
best
based at
horse
this
in
point.
the game.
Damn, sick. What is your job, or like what do you guys do as stable managers, or like how do you actually manage, you know, all of this fucking money that we gave you?
Yeah. So as far as like actually managing the wallet, there's only 2 people with custody. It's myself and Chill, DeGod CTO. He made the whole thing.
Ever heard of him?
And
Yeah,
then
shout
the
out to Chill.
managers, there's 7 managers that were elected from the group. Mostly just people that were down to like put in some effort.
And knew what they were talking about.
Yeah. And not even all of them knew. I mean, I hardly knew what the hell was going on until the beta launched, right? So it was a lot of learning for sure. But I mean, essentially, it's like we have about 150 contributors. And so, you know, it's just not feasible to run an actual like game with all those
Yeah.
voices.
Fuck no.
And so the managers, we have this private chat. We make all these decisions around, you know, breeding, trading, all that good stuff. They have access to the beta platform so they can enter races, things like that. And I more so act as the administrator and kind of the link to the wallet, the link to, you know, DeGods and just making sure that we keep the train moving.
Okay. So how is this going to work out? Like, what's the, I guess, end goal, or like, what are we going to see from D Stables as contributors? Like, what is Photo Finish working on that we have to look forward to? Like, are we going to pull up to, you know, some kind of IRL fucking race event in our Peaky Blinders outfits one day, or what?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we have a couple goals. I think the largest goal for D stables is to be the best stable in the game and to compete at the highest level to win.
Fuck yeah, of course.
And to obviously, I mean, you know, help expand this ecosystem, because I truly think it's a one of a kind game on Solana in that, I mean, any community could create their own version of D stables, and it's like good, clean fun that you can win money doing, and you can compete against these other communities and people. So that's a big priority of ours is really, you know, promoting the growth of what that could become with other DAOs getting involved and, you know, special races, things like that, which I think could be really fun for the ecosystem. Personally,
So
I also have a big goal I mean, we're going to be making a pretty good amount of money on D stables.
Let's go. That's what we want to hear, baby.
Let me.
Yeah, I was gonna say on my way, bro.
Yeah, I'll pull up the beta right now. I'll look and see what our earnings are currently at. But
and when you say earnings,
So I
is
have
this
a-
like
I
some
have a
kind of
few-
D stables token, or is this like fucking United States dollar coins?
yeah, so there's two tokens in the ecosystem. There's the crown token, which is an airdrop token. That's the governance token. And then there's the Duppie token, which is the gameplay token. And the Duppie token is a $1 stable coin. So it will be when it launches. It's not a real SPL token yet, but it's a $1 stable coin, which is how the game runs. And currently, D Stables has earned 2.3 million of those tokens
Bruh,
over the last 2 months.
we're millionaires?
Wow, bro.
Oh, shit.
And that just makes my that only makes my contribution
Bro, shut
go
up
from
with your
5
one
sold to
share,
6
bro.
sold.
The adults are
I'm just
talking.
wondering. I mean, it's the same thing.
But yeah, when you kind of extrapolate that data over, because I mean these beta seasons are a lot shorter than what the real seasons will be. So real seasons will be like a month long. These beta seasons are like a week long. So when we extrapolate the data and look at it, I mean, we could really legitimately be expecting to earn just from racing. This isn't including wagering or breeding. You know, anywhere between $250,000 and $350,000 a month.
Are they gonna have some kind of betting
Jesus
system
Christ.
on this, like a betting platform?
Yeah. So that's a big part
let's
of it.
go.
Right now, there's a community member that they made a betting platform, I believe, for Zed Run, and they just made one for us.
Let's go.
But there will be a platform supported wagering system. And yeah, so anybody that's also the cool part is like you don't have to buy one of these NFTs to be a part of the game, because you can just like bet on horses that you like. And so
Just show up to the track with the boys, dude.
literally, yeah. And
Oh
so
my god.
and then I think, you know, eventually now that we've established just how much fucking cash we're going to be making,
Yeah.
I would love in the future, right? I don't know how far in the future, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, whatever. I would love to have D Stables pay for every single contributor to go to the Kentucky Derby 1 year.
Oh fuck yeah.
I think
Wait.
I'm
Let's
there,
go even
like,
bigger
I'll
than that.
I'll buy my own ticket. I'm there. I've always wanted to go to the Derby.
But I think like that would
Let's
be
go
really
even bigger
cool.
than that. And let's what about, can we buy our own horse? How much does a horse cost?
Ooh.
Yeah, like a legitimate horse.
That would be some
Yeah.
gang shit.
Yeah.
If we bought a racing
Yo,
horse and shit.
Because
and
then
got
can't
it
we all
trained
go
or
and like
whatever.
pull up to the owner's box or some shit at the Derby?
Absolutely, my guy.
Yo, let's do that instead.
That
Fuck,
sounds fucking
fuck
sick.
flying out a bunch of bums with one share. Like, let's buy a real horse. Everyone who's invested will fly themselves out, and we turn the fucking owner's box into a DeGod's meetup. You know, part 3 or 4, whatever.
Wait, so I can't come if I only have one share? That
No,
doesn't
you
seem
can. I'm saying
fair.
anyone can come, but you just got to fly yourself. You're an owner with one share, but we're not gonna offer to fly everyone out. We're gonna use the money to buy a horse, and we're gonna have our own owner's box that we can ball the fuck out in. You just gotta get yourself there.
I already have my Peaky Blinder outfit. I already told JB this. But,
Love it.
I looked up the. I swear to God, I looked up like what they were wearing, and it was a herringbone tweed suit, and I got it. The only thing I'm missing is the razor blade cap. I don't look good in hats, so I'm gonna skip that part.
Beautiful.
Yeah, those hats are hard to rock. I think the razor blade probably makes it even harder and illegaler to rock. But anyways, fuck, dude, that's kind of crazy. I had no idea. You know, I thought it was just gonna be like a game. You know, everything is fake game money or whatever.
No,
Cuddles
yeah.
asked if we're in this 20K tournament coming up. Is that 20K like real dollars or 20K of the game dollars? What's he talking about?
Yeah, so this Friday, there's the Radium Invitational, I believe is what it is. And so Radium partnered with Photo Finish. They're having a $20,000 straight up cash race between influencers. So Big Brain is racing in there. Ice Knife is racing in there. A couple other just, you know, vocal influencers that have been a part of the community. And then there was another spot that was voted on by the community. We tried to see if maybe we could get Frank in there, but you know, Frank and D Stables have a little bit of a rocky relationship.
Really?
Yeah, I'll
Frank's
talk about
fading
that too.
the
It's-
Stables? What?
Wait, what's the alpha there?
It's just like this inside joke, because when I first started D Stables, I was trying to get like DDAO to buy the horse. Like we were in the alpha team
True.
chat, like
we bought a
buying,
basketball team instead.
right?
Fuck.
But we were buying NFTs for the raffles, and I was like Frank was in the chat, like, oh, should we buy this? Should we buy this? And I was just like sending links to like horses, and I was like, trust me, like we should buy this.
Yeah, dude. Sounds like.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where the it's like this inside joke between us is like he always kind of faded these stables, and then at the Magic Eden
shout out to
party,
Frank. Not gonna make it.
Shout out to Frank. But at the Magic Eden yacht party, I cornered him. I wore a D Stables shirt, and I walked up to him. I was like, Frank, like I just need you to say that you love D Stables. And then he leaned in real close and whispered it to me super seductively into my ear.
Yeah. I need to scream that from the rooftops. Though. Are you telling me we didn't make it into this 20K fucking tournament as like the best stable of the game?
We didn't. And I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. I think it's more strategic for us not to be in it. Right. I mean, we are lucky in DeGods. We have a big voice in the ecosystem. And like, I mean, D Stables has like 1,200 followers on Twitter. So like, we don't need all this hype.
Is that a brag or was that like not good?
No, I think it's good. Right. Like
that's like no followers.
Like we only have like 150 contributors, but all these other people are already interested.
Yeah, true.
And so I think on our own, we can do a lot already. And so I think there's a lot more value in bringing on, someone else, which the person that they brought on is actually, he's part of Barstool Sports, Elio.
Oh, fuck Elio.
I don't know. But yeah, so he's...
No, I like him. I play his hockey. I play his hockey bets all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out Elio.
Having someone like that join this competition, I mean...
That's kind of fire.
Yeah, it's all these outside eyes that are going to like see this platform, and it looks really good. I mean, the races are like they're high quality, and so
they're sick, dude. They're electric.
So that's why like Frank wasn't in there. It's just better, I think, for the whole thing if we brought on someone else. But you bet your ass, like in the future, like Frank's gonna be in there because I will not stop pestering Frank until he joins.
I'm gonna look up the who's in this because I'm sure there's somebody we could have kicked and done better in their spot, but
that's
kind of dope actually.
We'll have like stable derbies and stuff too, right? Like we have a whole stable, and so like there's other DAOs that have stables. Shout out Solanauts, they got a stable. I don't know how official the Monkey DAO stable is, but Bandito Stables is a pretty good stable. So like there's other opportunities in the future where as a stable we'll be able to compete in special races. But the game, I mean, it's still in beta, so it's like this
Didn't
is
we get
still...
like head-to-headed by somebody?
What do you mean?
Challenged head-to-head?
We did.
Recently?
Yeah.
What happened there? Did we fuck
so yeah, we got challenged by Absolute Horsepower. They're a great stable. I think they might be number one. Yeah, so they're number one in earnings right now.
Shit.
They're really good, and they've been talking a lot of shit. And we've been talking it back.
Who is it that's number one?
Absolute Horsepower.
Oh wow, that's a
and
pretty
so
name.
Yeah. So they challenged us. Stens over there, he's their main manager. He really wanted that Duppie's whitelist spot, but we settled for 375 dust, and it was a 7-race series. This past Friday, we lost 3-4, so it was close. But we ended up taking the L. We'll get them next.
I hope
time.
we took the dust from the DAO treasury.
No comment there.
I just looked up all the influencers that are in this Radium Invitational, and like the least amount of followers is 120,000. So yeah, that's fair, I guess. I'll take that.
It's gonna be a fun event. It's gonna be really fun.
That's pretty sick. All right, but I'm very bullish on Photo Finish after hearing that we're all millionaires. That's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like trying to explain to people in real life like what D-Stables is harder than explaining to them that like I'm into NFTs, because they're like, you bought virtual horses to race virtually with how much money? I mean, because at the time when we raised, Soul was at like $100 or so. I mean, our entire like treasury before we bought and all this stuff, including the NFTs, was probably over 300K. Just to participate in this.
And most of those were people like me who were just like, oh, I want to play.
But like,
I don't want to be left out.
That's exactly like the whole, in my mind, the cool thing about it is like you can be a part of this thing, but you don't have to like actively be a part of it if you don't want to.
Oh
Like
yeah.
obviously
I'm just
we
waiting
have,
for my check to come in the mail.
That's what I like to hear, bro. That's all
yeah,
sounds
and that's going to
fantastic.
happen too, right?
too.
And so like there's all these different ways that, and that was the reasoning behind making this kind of representative DAO structure, was like so many people don't really care. Other people might care,
Facts.
you know, and so it's like we'll empower the people that want to be a part of it to like make decisions and do stuff. And then if you don't want to, you could be a passive, you know, observer, and you'll still reap the upside.
That's why real DAOs, like genuine DAOs, I feel like will never work, because I would say a lot of the people who actually care, they probably shouldn't be making decisions anyways. Like the people that start shit and, you know, have the idea and have like the vision for how things are going to go, probably the ones that should be kind of running the show. But then you give like everyone and their fucking mom who owns an NFT voting rights on what to do with the money. And it's like, oh, probably not going to go well. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you
JB
guys.
is very against
That's a bar.
against democracy in NFTs. I've noticed he always says that like didn't do a DAO because
Me?
people are retarded. I think. Yeah, I've noticed that you say like, yeah, don't get everyone involved because people are dumb as hell.
I
They
agree
can't make the right
with
decision.
myself on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
look at
facts.
DeGod.
I mean, yeah, obviously, I'm saying that's what you
So
said.
there's two people that are gonna fuck up your DAO. There's the people who are just stupid and like don't have, you know, good decision making skills and probably shouldn't be
So many
given
people.
voting power to begin with. And
Word.
then there's the people like me who don't like care enough, or not don't care, but like aren't willing to do their own research and like really put in the work to make an informed decision, and would rather just let somebody who is not stupid and knows what the fuck they're doing and talking about make the best informed decision for them. So yeah, I agree with my statement on that.
Yeah, I think a good example of that is DeGods, right? Like DeGods
Yeah.
does not operate as a DAO. And like if we
Oh my
operated
God,
as a
dude.
DAO, there's no way.
Wait, what does the Divine Council do then?
Who
Bro,
knows?
what you mean? We're cheerleaders, bro. Come on.
Come on, man.
You guys
Like,
got
bro,
seriously,
checks.
it's a
We got free clout out of nowhere. Are you
Hey,
complaining?
shout out to y'all with the checks,
we have
bro.
we have a yellow check, which is dope.
We got
as
that
hell.
fire ass purple name in the DAO, bro. Come on.
Well, and,
But
and
no,
that's
I think-
also not to say that, like, I mean, the team has definitely taken a ton of great ideas from community members and stuff. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I think it's like you said, it's impossible to operate efficiently when you have too many people pulling in different directions.
Right. And have you ever hopped in the God chat like after a big decision is made by the core team and seen the fucking freezing cold takes that get thrown around in there?
Oh,
And imagine giving
bro.
those
Makes me wanna
people
poke
like
my eyes out.
Yeah.
Yes.
imagine giving those people like the chance to actually decide what happens with our project. No, dude, fuck no.
Yeah.
It's a good idea in, you know, concept, but yeah,
but I
it's
mean,
just never
at
gonna
the
work.
same time, it's really important for project teams to, you know, listen to people and make sure that, you know, their community feels heard, because
course.
like, you know, while they may not, you know, have good footing to make decisions, like if you don't squash those fires, that can kill the community too. And so I think that's what, you know, Frank does really well is he explains the decision making process, the why behind a lot of it, and he's not afraid of, you know, taking on the criticism and kind of battling that, which, you know, we're lucky to have a founder that's so vocal.
Yes, dude, agreed. And who like literally is somehow always on top of everything that gets thrown our way and just on top of the space in general. That's a perfect segue into one of the other things I wanted to talk about is what's good with this like Twitter spaces all the time 24/7 meta. Like I physically literally cannot sit in spaces all day, so I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Straight
What
up.
is happening in these spaces all day, and like does it make you more bullish on the space? Like are you guys just dicking around having a good time? Like explain to me what's going on, because it blows my mind that I feel like every screenshot I see from some random Twitter space is like the same, you know, dozen people or so all day in it.
Yeah. I mean, I think
And you're like the king of it, dude. All I hear is like
I'm
Oh my
not.
God, Soul Sorcerer! Like, did you? Oh my! I was so wet after
the
he talked in
heartthrob
that
of all
space.
shit.
Fucking voice orgy meta.
I don't know what that's about. I think people are just confusing me for Frank, and that's it. Um,
Oh, it's when you're on the DeGod's main.
yeah, there you go. But honestly, I think it all came from a place of people just like being bored and like being
Fair.
tired of. I mean, there's not like a lot of exciting things happening right now. I mean, we have a couple
Right,
mints
bear
here and
market
there.
shit.
Established projects really aren't making huge announcements and stuff, and so I think that's where it started. And I think a lot of these spaces are pretty worthless, right? It's just people hanging out.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll have like alpha and stuff, but it's just people hanging out. And honestly, though, I do think that's bullish because
Because people are still
before.
here.
Well, yeah, it's that, and it's also like, I mean, you look at these stages, and you have people from all these different communities that are interacting and having conversation, and I think that's really interesting because to me, at least, before, I mean, I used to just spend all my time in DDAO, right? Like I would hang out in voice chat at night, and I still hang out in the voice chat. I would hang out in the regular chat, and I wouldn't really get outside of the DGods bubble. And now I do. And I think like not only is that
Is there
valuable,
anything outside of it?
is there anything
Oh,
outside?
yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You don't
I
even
mean,
go on in the DDAO. Like, where does your bubble?
Huh.
but it's cool though that
very
we're
close to-
creating like this cross community through Twitter, where like I mean
Yeah.
I've made pretty good friends that are not DGods holders that I would not have met or known had I not joined any of these spaces and just
Traitor.
talked to them. So I
Yeah,
think
I mean, that's how Twitter's been like the whole time, right? Like, I feel like there are Discord is obviously strictly for your communities, right? You're in Discord, you're in DDAO, you're in whatever project that you are like the biggest part of's Discord because you're not hopping around. That's impossible. And then there's the people like me that are on Twitter 90% of the time, and like we interact with each other, and that's like a separate, almost like Solana community. So I guess now I get what you're saying, but prior to the last like couple months, it was people just interacting on Twitter, and then Twitter Spaces were for like, we're gonna have an AMA, or we're announcing something, and we're gonna have a Twitter Space to like go with it, or shit like that. And now it's just like,
Come hang out.
what's his face chucks up a Twitter Space where the title is like a fucking period, and it's like there's 400 people in it. So
Yeah, I
all right,
mean,
so
it's I mean like for the people that join them, I mean I think it's the same group of people not only that speak but also that join in and listen, right? I think
sure.
it's people that are already either on Twitter or just at their phones, and the ones that I join are typically at night, so like I'm done working, like I'm hanging out after dinner or something, and I don't know, it's just fun. Like I've always been a big like believer in like Web3 relationships as far as just like meeting people, because at the
Sure.
end of the day, I mean, there's so many people on Web3 that I'm much closer to, having never met them before, than I am to a lot of my IRL friends. And so
Shout
at
out
what
to
point,
strangers.
Honestly,
yeah,
I think that the relationships are one of the most important parts of Web3 because there's so little red tape. Like usually when you try to
Right.
go to talk to someone that's like setting something up, like you can't just be like, "Hey, we should do this," and they'll be like, "Yeah, let's do it." But like in this space, like people do it immediately, and people like connect so easily, and like I don't know, it's more free flowing, I would say, and easier to like meet people and to work.
And also, if it wasn't for that, like, what would we be doing in NFTs? Like, what the
I wouldn't
fuck,
be in them,
bros?
probably. I'd be
Yeah,
gone.
we'd be staring at our JPEGs and like just watching the floor price. Like,
Facts. Be like,
I-
I got
I-
these pictures. You're just like fucking like
dude,
like
I
at the
can't
store
imagine.
with
I'd
pictures
be pointing
in your pocket on your
my
phone.
phone at my wife, like, "Hey, do you see this picture of a fucking fox that I bought? Like, isn't
Like,
that
yeah.
cool?"
I mean, yeah, we wouldn't be here. It would just be over.
yeah.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense to me. And I mean, I'm a fucking Twitter guy day in, day out, and I love, like, when I can hop on a space, I have a fucking blast. Like, I try and hop on all the DGod spaces. If it's somebody like that I know and love on Twitter, like, I'll try and hop on. But it's the day in day out shit for me that was like, whoa, like this is a different breed of kid going on.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Hey, it is what it is. Like I'm on Twitter all day, like so I'm not throwing any shade or anything, but I'm just like, you know, a fucking reply guy, and I'm in my group chats and shit. But all right, I respect that now. A little worried for a second. So, but we don't know like what it is about you that makes every girl who's in a spaces with you leave with this fat crush on you. We have not. Is it the silky smooth voice or like what do we think? We have no theories on that.
I feel like
it's the
I don't know. I
PFP,
feel like he's just so nice.
the
Just
Mickey
so
mullet.
nice, you know, like
Well, thank you. I mean, I try to be nice. Honestly, I mean, I think it's just a big joke, right? Like I mean, especially in a
No.
lot of these spaces that I've been in recently, like it's literally all like tongue in cheek humor. Like we had a space
Like whose
last night.
tongue is in your
in
cheek
humor, you
mostly?
mean?
All right,
It's
take
like
it easy there, but
inside jokes or whatever.
but it's like
And which
last
cheeks
night
are we
had
talking?
one. It was literally like role playing how to pick up girls IRL, and it's basically just this big joke on the fact that we're all nerds and none of us know how to talk to people. And so like it's just like I don't know. It's easy to like make jokes and I feel like you know be personable if you
Yeah.
let yourself. And a
Okay,
lot of-
so I saw a screenshot of that space with the title in it, and my first thought was, "What the fuck is going on?" But you hop in the space, and it's like everyone is actually role playing and fucking trolling on the fact that like none of us know how to get girls.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like for example, you know, one of the situations like the other day was like oh like you walked into a Chick-fil-A on Sunday when it was closed and you found a homeless woman in there, but she was really hot, and then protesters arrived, and then like you got to go seal the deal. And so it's just like the dumbest.
What?
Yeah, I was
Right?
gonna say, wow,
Wait,
bro.
what? What?
Yeah,
am
so it's
I
like
sealed?
random
Like
situations.
what are they protesting? And the deal being sealed is I got to smash this hot homeless lady in a
Yes.
Chick-fil-A on God's day.
What the fuck is
Yes.
going on?
Wow.
And
I'm
so it's
bearish
just
again
like
on
it's
Spaces.
literally just, it's literally just like the dumbest shit, but it's like it can be really fun with the right people, right? And like Frank participates. So like we've got
Yeah,
like Frank, you know, K Money from ETH, who's turned into a soul
Shmoney.
maxi.
Oh wait, not Shmoney. A
That's
different
bullish.
Different
That's
K
bullish
Money,
as hell.
yeah. Just straight K Money, no dash.
Got you. Okay.
But yeah, so like there's all these people that it's like I don't know. It's also really cool that I mean we're seeing a lot of Ethereum people that are coming in and hanging out with us because
Well,
of
because they're
people like-
bored as
we're the
fuck, dude.
future,
Nothing's happened on
right?
We're
Ethereum
the
in
future.
months.
But then they come in and they're like, oh wow, like this is like so stupid. This is kind of hilarious. Maybe they
yeah.
hear some people talk and they're like, oh, maybe I like this person. And now like, you know, we've created a connection between people who otherwise wouldn't have connected.
I love that. You guys are doing the Lord's work, it sounds like. I
Yeah.
like all that.
Yeah, that's it.
some
I ask a
Lord's
question?
work. Guys, like
Can I ask you a question that's kind of like shifting gears? But when I first saw your name, I clicked your name on Discord and it said you're the growth team. I haven't seen anyone else on the growth. But what are you like? What does that mean? What's your role?
Oh, that's a great question.
He's growing, not showing, bro.
So originally,
Irish
it was like me, Ross, Buddha, and Brandon, and I think the idea in the beginning was just like let's like think of cool shit to do, kind of a thing.
expand.
And so I think now like it's more so of just you know what I do is I just try to like do fun things that people can like be a part of and people can get excited
Love
about.
that.
You know, I try to have like fun ideas. And that's like where the idea of like D-Stables came from was like I just thought it would be really fun. And so I don't have like a specific role as far as like, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. It's more of like I'm in this position where you know I can have cool ideas, and if other people think they're cool, then maybe we can you know do it. But I mean the biggest like thing about the DeGods team is I feel like no one's really siloed into any specific role. When there's something that comes up, for example, like, we've got the dust pool for Duppies, we've got, merch and stuff. We have, all these raffles and things that we do. And so we kind of make these like task forces that, it's like a group of, 5, 6, 8 people, whatever, that want to work on this. And then they're kind of like their own separate temporary team that just kind of handles that project. And so most people on the team, whether they're a mod, whether they're on the core team, like, people just fit in where they want to and where they can provide value. And I like that a lot about the way DeGods works, because, if you're just telling people to do things, you lose out on a lot of really interesting perspectives. Whereas if you kind of keep it open and you just like let everyone like participate, there's a lot more information that comes across.
Okay.
For sure. I like that.
Do you pull hose as well in real life as you do on Twitter Spaces?
I mean, honestly, I don't really like go out these days.
Did you used to before NFTs?
I mean,
No,
I
there's no
had
way.
fun in college. We had some good times.
Didn't we
Okay.
all?
But no, I mean, honestly, for me, it's never been a priority. Like my priority is like people. Like I love making friends and meeting people. And so even if I like met a very attractive woman, like I would still probably just like try to be their friend at first, because I'm also like pretty oblivious.
Wait, hold on,
That's
bro.
why that
Sick,
explains the
dude.
Twitter Spaces crushes. No, bro.
He's got a
not
million friends. A million
Slade,
friends.
Don't you drop the simp term on my boy with your. Come on.
I didn't say anything. I said he's got a million friends. I didn't say anything about a simp.
That's what gets him in the Twitter space. It's like, oh my God, like he gets me. Like we could be friends. We could be best friends.
Yeah, it's voluntary friend zone.
Yeah. No, but it's not even a friend zone. It's like they are thinking in their head, oh, he's safe. Like he's cool. He's chill. Like we could be friends. And then it turns into like, but wait, we could be more than friends. He's cool. He's chill. He's safe.
I mean, honestly, for me,
got it.
It comes from this place of like, I'm a pretty picky person when it comes to like who I'm with, like more so now than I was.
Okay.
But like, I just, I don't know, like I don't see everybody I meet as like a potential partner, just because like I realize they're most likely not. And like I'm not really looking to like have fun and just like fuck around right now. Like I'm looking to work. I'm looking to grind, and like if I find someone that aligns with that on like a longer term, then sick. But I'm not really out here looking for it, I guess.
Okay.
I feel it. You're focusing on yourself. This is a
and
big
girls
time
love
of
when you're
you,
focusing
I
on
would
yourself
guess.
and you're not out there looking for it.
Well, that's exactly
everything.
when they approach you. Yeah,
that explains everything.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Once you stop looking is when shit starts to happen for you, because you just put off a different vibe.
I also think it's like weird, dude. Like, I don't know. I feel like most guys, especially in Web3, are just like super fucking creepy.
Yes, dude.
Word.
And in the world, it's not
like
just
I feel like it's not
Web3,
just guys, it's just people in general. Yeah, some people are kind of like yeah.
It makes me like hesitate to comment on somebody who is a girl's posts, like the Duppies K Money or like Tiff from Magic Eden or some shit like that. Like somebody that everyone knows is a girl, like to even reply to one of their tweets, because like people are gonna look at it and be like, oh, this motherfucker, blah blah blah, being a simp, blah. But then I see
so that's
people,
why you label me as a simp?
no, I thought you called him one. That's why I said don't you dare. I might have misheard you, but and then I see like what somebody will actually reply to the tweet, or like will reply to what I said, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, you guys are disgusting.
Yeah. Dude, and then the DMs,
it is weird.
I mean, I can't even get into DMs because I don't know how it goes down in there, but I can only imagine. Feel for all you ladies out there.
I've seen a couple, screenshots when I was in New York. I saw a couple screens people showed me, and
Lordy.
Yeah, dude.
Go on.
Can you like give a kind of like a loose example of one of them, not even like revealing who it was or whatever?
God, like a specific example. I mean, there's been people that
a loose example.
Like, yeah, I mean, guys will just like expect that maybe because they've interacted with a girl on Twitter a couple times that like they're down to fuck. And then they just like become very forward in the DMs, like, yo.
It's like, hey, yo, I saw you like my tweet. How you like this dick?
Yeah, and it's like you can't.
And they get a little henny in them.
Like, I just don't get it, right? Like I could never see myself like sliding into someone's DMs being that forward, having not like established a prior relationship, you know?
But
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like the act of not being a creepy fucking weirdo on Twitter and in Web3, like automatically like makes you a 10 out of 10. It's like, hey, he's a 6.5, but like he doesn't try to fuck you in your DMs.
He doesn't send
he's
unsolicited dick pics.
How terrible is that though? That like that's the bar we're shooting for. Is like,
I'm sure it's disgusting.
It's good for us.
Well, yeah, it's good for like normal people, but like the fact that that's even something that, you know, like girls in the space have to put up with is just what the fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna fix that again and say girls in the world. I don't think it's just a space thing. I think it's just like how fucking
sure, of course, but you know, we're talking about fucking NFTs and shit.
Yeah, like
dudes being creepy
or
on
like
Twitter.
yeah, or like fucking the way I kind of think about it, bro. Like fucking there's this girl I fucking play Xbox with, and like bro, like you be like in fucking like party chat or some shit, and fucking you know like you invite some fucking like random people into fucking, you know, into the party. They be like, oh my God, man, oh fucking girls in here and shit like that. And it's like the anonymity.
So crazy.
Yeah, but it's like the anonymity like has people willing to go further. You know what I mean? Than they would.
Yeah, because you can't like get in real trouble for it. That's why
facts,
like,
because
Twitter fingers are stronger than
big facts.
anything.
Because it's like because IRL, bro. Like let's say like Soul Source has this fucking space or whatever, fucking talking about like like hypothetically what would you do? But it's like when you're like IRL, it's like it's no longer hypothetical. Like how are you gonna play this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Two completely
you can actually
things.
get like slapped in the fucking face.
Yeah, facts. So they'd be like, hey, that's the guy who said this. Or get fucking jumped. Yeah, exactly. Facts.
Yeah, you can tell very quickly, I feel like, on Twitter who's like never been in a fight in their life and who like probably has, but that's a different story.
I was gonna say that's
based on my Twitter, have I been in any fights? What do you think?
Low key, like one or two, but you were fucked up when they happened.
Yeah, of course I was fucked up every time a fight happened. When else do you fight?
What do you mean? When else are you gonna fight? What?
I mean, yeah, it's a bad decision to fight every time. So yeah, I was fucked up when I fought for sure.
So you guys have only fought when you guys were fucked up? Like you guys
no, I just nailed that shit on the fucking head.
Wow, get rich.
I mean, in high school when I fought, I wasn't fucked up, but like in college, yeah, different story.
Bro, I fought a kid in high school once, and I think it started over like a Facebook comment. And this is why like I only say shit on social media that I'm prepared to back up because I have talked shit on social media to people that like I've had to fight in real life. But I fought this kid in high school. I forget what the comment was. But he like, you know, we had beef on fucking Facebook in like I think sophomore or junior year. And I saw him like pulling up to school one day before school started. And like, you know, we kind of fucking lock eyes and like walk towards each other and like are like bumping chests and shit. And he pushes me and I like turn around and kind of lose my balance at the same time. Like I got a fucking backpack on full of books or whatever, lose my balance. I fall into like this metal pole that's like holding up like the breezeway of the high school. And I fucking crack my head on this thing and I turn around and the kid, like his eyes, it was like he had seen a ghost, bro. And he starts running away from me. So I'm like 6'3" in high school. And this kid is like, I don't know, like a 5'8", like heavier, like Hispanic kid. I'm way faster than him. I track his ass down, like pull him down by the collar. And I just start fucking like wailing on this kid. Cause he like pushed me into this fucking pole and pissed me off and then ran away. And it turns out like this girl that I knew came up, ran up and like broke us up and shit and pulls me off of him. And she's looking at me like she's seen a fucking ghost. And I'm like, all right, what the fuck is going on here, dude? And I get brought to like the school nurse or whatever. And turns out I have like, this cut on my head because I basically split my head open on this pole that the kid pushed me into. Or like he pushed me, lost my balance and fell into, and I was just covered, the entire front of my body, like covered in blood. My history teacher walked by like the nurse's room or office or whatever you call it, and literally stopped in the doorway and looked at me and was like, holy shit, I need to get a picture of you. And took a picture of me on his cell phone and showed it to me. And like the entire front of my body from like head to toes was covered in blood from this cut on my head that I just had no idea about because like I just wanted to fight this fucking kid. I don't know what brought that up, but that just unlocked a core memory of my fucking childhood.
Bro, I remember I was in fucking I don't even know. No, I was still in high school. Yeah, I was still in high school. So I got kicked out of high school. I got expelled and shit because I used to fight a lot. And then I ended up going to the school for bad kids, basically. You know what I mean? And so check this out. So me and my homies, right, is like me and like my other two homies, right? One of my homies, like, he's this fucking large ass, he's like 7 foot fucking like 280 like fucking white dude, right?
Jesus, dude.
But but he's from the hood, right? So this fucking dude,
what the
he's
fuck?
he's a fucking he's a fucking giant. So anyway, we're fucking like posted up at this fucking gas station. So like fucking those gas stations where like how like they have the sign so where the fucking gas station's at, right? Like the gas station sign. Like we're fucking posted up at the gas station.
Every gas station.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So we're posted up at the gas station sign, just chilling, right? Fucking posted up, fucking smoking, just chilling out here, just posted up, right? And fucking some guy pulls up to the gas pump, right? And it's actually his wife driving, and he's in the passenger seat. His daughter, she's like fucking like, I don't know, like high school age. She's like in the back seat, and the dude gets out the car, right? Wife's swapping the gas, and he's walking inside the house, and apparently he said something about like black people or some shit. And me and one of my homies are black. My homie's this fucking giant, fucking icicle. You know what I mean? So we're fucking, here. And
giant black icicle.
Yeah, but
that's the first time I've heard the term icicle for somebody because they're like 7'2" or whatever.
Yeah, or fucking stalagmite, whatever the fuck. Anyway, so my homie, right? My white homie, right? The fucking giant, right? He's got this fucking accent. He's like, what's your problem with black people, bro? What's your problem, bro? And that's what he fucking says to this dude. And the guy, he's got these, bro, this dude's fucking jacked. This fucking guy who hopped at the passenger seat, he's fucking, I mean, this dude was fucking, his fucking arms were like the fucking size of my fucking head. And, he's like, what's your problem with black people, bro? Whatever, and the guy, he fucking.
Is that what us white people sound like?
No, this is my homie. This is where he's from. That's how he talks. So, he fucking, the guy ends up, he fucking stops, like he's fucking walking. He fucking looks at us. He's like, I'll be right back. And he fucking goes in the gas station, grabs like a fistful of fucking like lottery tickets or some shit, right? And I'm fucking like asking, the white giant, like, what the fuck did he say? You know what I mean? Because I didn't hear shit. You know what I mean? I'm like on my phone or some shit. You know what I mean? We're fucking high. Like, who the fuck? I don't fucking know what's going on. So the fucking guy, like, it's probably like, probably a couple minutes. Dude comes out, lottery tickets in hand. He's fucking like swinging his fucking arm, like, oh, what's up, motherfuckers? All this other shit or whatever.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Tickets in hand.
So his fucking wife and daughter, they come fucking running to him. My fucking white, the white giant, he fucking ends up walking. What's up, bro? Blah, 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 so shit. And I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. I was like, bro, what the fuck? But it's like one of those things where it's kind of like, bro, like, it's not about like getting the details, right? It's kind of like what you guys were saying about like fucking like, let's say NFTs, bro. It's like ask questions later, bro. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, so my homies
fight now, ask questions
exactly,
later.
Bro. It's too late, bro. We're not gonna fucking sit here and be like, wait, let's be diplomatic. Like, fuck this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Dude.
yeah. So anyway, so we're fucking, my homie's like walking towards. I was like, all right, well, we could jump this guy, but I'm like, let's not fucking, it's like literally 2 PM. It's literally like the middle of the day. So
Too early to
yeah,
jump
and
in.
it's kind of like, and I'm not trying to fucking, because it's kind of like there's three of us, there's one of him, there's two girls. Who's gonna fucking like hold them back from protecting them? You know what I mean? I don't know, it's just like fuck it. So then the guy, he's talking shit. It's a whole lot of like chest to chest, like fucking like what's up, motherfucker, like getting in people's face, shit like that, talking shit. And then the guy, he just stops talking. This is probably like 30 seconds of this goes on, and he stops talking. It just shuts his mouth, like completely just zips his lip, and he's a white dude, and his lips just like disappear, right? So he's just like, with that fucking paper cut,
Oh my god!
But I mean, I'm not being
Jeez.
racist, but I'm just
Dick
saying
is
this is
thin as hell.
yeah, this is what it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his
Can't relate.
expression was thin as hell. So I'll say that, right?
Debbie's got the DSLs.
So then his girls are like, get in the car, whatever. I don't even remember the guy's name. So he's like, all right, so he gets in the car, right? And we're talking shit to the dude, whatever, while he's getting in the car. And he's just fucking like winking at us, right? And this dude's a grown ass dude. He's like, we're in like fucking high school, right? Because I told you I was like fucking, I think I was like 16, I think. So the dude, he's just like fucking winking at us, right? He's this white dude, like brown hair, fucking like big ass, swole ass dude,
Did you ask
I'm
me if
like,
you
all
wanted
right.
to fuck?
No, what the fuck, bro? Hell no. But anyway, so the dude,
That'll shut that shit down real quick.
so they're pulling out of the fucking gas station, and the guy, he's just like, he looks at me and he fucking winks. So, I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, exactly. Like, you trying to fuck, bro? Fuck it, whatever. So we go.
That was the last straw.
Yeah.
After.
So we go back and post up where we were, bro. It's kind of like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck, bro? Like, we're at the gas station, so it's our gas station. You know what I mean? We're just fucking holding this shit down for no reason. So it was probably like,
this is some bored ass Midwest shit.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We're at the gas station, so it's our gas station.
Yeah. So check this out, right? So fucking 20 minutes later, fucking this dude comes back, and he was clearly fucking drunk, because he was drunk. That's why his wife was driving. He comes fucking flying down the fucking street, and this is like a main street, like in the city. This dude's fucking flying down the fucking street. It's him and two other dudes, bro, and these dudes were bigger than him, fucking skinhead dudes, and they're fucking driving. He's fucking no. He was in the passenger seat. And he had the door open, the passenger's door open. He was fucking hanging out, and he had a baseball bat. And he was like, oh, what's up, motherfuckers, all this shit. So they end up fucking pulling up, right? They pull up, right? They fucking like stop, like right in front of me, right? And there's like one dude, like he was like doing this like fucking this big skinhead fucking tatted dude with tats on his face and shit, doing these like fucking like I don't know what you would call them, like fucking like those, like I would say they're like medication twitches, like where fucking people, they like kind of twist their head, like kind of like to make it appear as if they're crazy, if that makes sense.
I get
like
what
a
you're
meth
you get what I'm saying?
Meth or bath salts, maybe.
Well, if I don't fucking, like,
hey, let's fucking go, bro.
Yeah,
doing,
but I was gonna say, I don't know, fucking.
You just assumed he was faking it. He wasn't really crazy because he sounds kind of crazy.
Bro, but bro, like I don't know, bro. I've been in a lot of fights. I've seen a lot of fights, bro. A lot of people do a lot of fucking cinematic bullshit, bro. Before But anyway. So
cinematic.
Yeah, facts, dead ass, bro. Like I got homies like that. Fucking like it's about to be a fight. So what do? They'll fucking take their shirt off and then but then they'll tear their beater. They'll make sure that they tear their beater like right in front of everybody, like, and just like like on some
punch a hole in a wall,
on
maybe.
some Bruce Banner shit, bro.
That's how you know I'm fucked up and I'm about to fight somebody. When I go tarps off, that's like I'm like, yo, I'm not a big dude, but I got tattoos and I'm gonna show them off.
Yeah.
Yo, so
I see people do that shit.
So I wear glasses, and when I used to get in fights, I would just like take my or actually this would deter a
like
fight.
Slowly take the glasses
off. Exactly.
Yeah, I would take my glasses off, like I'm about to fight.
Like, don't make me take these glasses.
That's what I'm saying. It's real cinematic.
That would
bro.
normally
like,
de-escalate.
There's like a whole lot of
How
cinematic
intimidating
bullshit,
is that?
Bro.
Some dude pulls up to you with glasses on and goes, "Don't make me take my glasses off, sir."
Yeah, bro.
Well, it worked, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've
buddy.
seen it all, bro. But anyway, so this dude, bro, the driver, big dude. He's probably like, he's probably like 260, just big dude. You know what I mean? He wasn't like a tall dude. He's a big fucking bald, tatted face
Big
dude.
boy.
Yeah. So they fucking pull up, right? And we're still at the gas station. The car stops. I could probably say like maybe a foot in front of me, right? Everybody jumps out, right? They all jump out the fucking cars. 3 dudes, 3 of us, and fucking. All I see, I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm taking the driver, right? This dude's like fucking like 3 times bigger than me, but it's like, what's the worst that's gonna happen, bro? Like, I'm gonna fucking end up in the
Good on you,
hospital or some
alright.
shit. You know what I mean? Whatever. So the
Yeah.
dude jumps out the driver's seat, right? This big twitching dude, right? And as soon as he fucking jumps out the car, he fucking pulls out. I always get them mixed up, bro. Like between the switchblades and the butterfly knives. Like the butterfly knives are the ones that fucking like, that people fuck. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so it wasn't one of those. It was
I've
the
never
other
seen one
ones.
of those in real life. I would
I
fuck
have,
myself up if I
but I
tried to
always get
bust
them
one of
mixed
those
up.
out.
It was a switchblade. So the dude pulls out a fucking this huge ass fucking switchblade, and I'm fucking standing
What?
there, and I'm just like, bro,
Hell no.
bro, yeah. That's the thing. It's like in all reality, because there's a brick wall like that's behind me. So it's like, bro, like I mean, you know, I'm just because I thought we were gonna fucking, you know, fight it out, but in all reality, it's like, you know, all right, well now, you know,
He was gonna cut you,
the
bro.
the stakes have risen, right? So I'm just fucking looking at him, and then he looks at me, and I'm just like, as soon as he did the fucking switchblade thing, right, where it goes like, whoosh, you know, I'm just like, and he gets confused, right, the twitching dude, and then, you know, fucking, it was like fucking like what, like it was this awkward standoff, probably about like 4 seconds or some shit like that. Then the dudes jump back in the car, right, and then he just backs up, gets back in the car, and I'm thinking like, bro, like what the fuck happened? So I look to my left, and one of my homies on the ground, he's like, bro, they jumped me, blah blah, you know. So, you know, I'm just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like it took them 15 minutes to get back here, right? So I feel like I'm telling this long ass story, bro. But anyway,
You
so
are, but keep her going.
We're in too deep now.
all right. So
I need the climax.
yeah, so check this out. Yeah, it was interesting. So we're just like, yo, like fuck it, bro. Like, you know, we weren't fucking like, you know, it's like one of those things where it's kind of like if you lose a fight, bro, it's like, bro, like run it back. So it's like, you know, like, all right, bro, like it took them 15 minutes to get here and they came from this way. So let's go this way and we can probably find out where they stay. So,
Damn.
bro, it was
You're following the dude with
You
the
had a whole ass
Where your
day,
grandma
bro.
stayed.
yeah. So check
You
it.
had yourself a whole ass day because the white icicle said, "What's wrong with black people?"
Yes, exactly. But that's the thing, bro. It's like, you know, for the homies, bro, like, you know, you don't fucking, you know, if your homie's got a problem, you got a problem. It's like, you know, that's just, it is what it is, you know? So, and the homie got jumped now. So now we got fucking, you know, motive.
That applies to Twitter too. If you fuck with one of the boys, like you're going to catch the JB smoke. I might not even know who you are.
So anyway, fucking, you know, we just, because we're fucking high schoolers, bro. Like the only way we were fucking, like, you know, like we didn't have fucking cars or driver's license.
I've been jumped by high schoolers too. Like as an adult, it's not fun. You guys are savages.
Yeah.
What?
So
that's crazy. We'll have to hear that another time.
So so we end up fucking, we're walking, right? We're on foot, bro. We're fucking, you know, on this fucking journey, right? Through this fucking, you know, the north side of the city, looking like going down streets, looking for like, you know, that car, fucking the plates, like all these things, like anybody who, you know, matches the descriptions, right? Looking for these dudes, you know? And, you know, it was 45 minutes. Like, and finally we were just like, hey, yo, like, bro, like, you know, initially we're upset, like we're, you know, you know how like you get mad and you're incensed, you know what I mean? Like you're in the moment.
Yo,
and that's usually when you fight somebody. You don't, it doesn't last all fucking day. But
exactly. Like you're
yo,
entranced.
I have a story that's like exactly the same as this. But
all right, well, in 30 minutes,
I'm gonna have to tell it. I'll tell it next. I'll tell it when the time is right.
So,
I'll tell it when the time
so
is right.
so let me see if I can accelerate this. Okay, so 45 minutes pass, right, of us just fucking ambulating. We're fucking walking around looking for this fucking people. Can't find them or whatever. So it's kind of like, all right, bro. So then we end up going.
He said ambulating.
Yeah. So then once we were just like, once we're completely just like fucking, or me personally, I'm just like, bro, I'm not even fucking mad anymore, bro. Like we might as well just take the L. You know, whatever, bro. Like literally, like I literally look at my homies. I was like, bro, fuck it, man. Like let's just go get some fucking food, bro. Let's get, you know what I mean? Like let's, you know, I'm not even feeling it anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not mad no more. So why am I gonna fucking be fake mad, bro? Like let's fuck this. And literally at that moment, I fucking look down the street. I'm like, oh wait, like there they are. And down the street, I see this fucking guy, and he's sitting on the fucking porch with like, it was probably like, I'd probably say 5 other dudes plus the other dudes who were there. So as soon as I fucking see the dudes, I'm just like, oh yeah, there he is right there. And then of course, you know, the white giant, you know, he's just like, hey bro, you know what I mean?
The white-sicle.
Of course, So of course he's like, "Hey, bro," and then the dude, you know what I mean? He grabs like fucking.
I love his voice.
Grabs the fucking the baseball bat, right? And his homies, like, you know, one guy, I don't know, for some reason he had a fucking crate, but we were outnumbered. You know what I mean? These are all like fucking, you know, and we're actually, it's different. Like, it's all situational. So it's like, let's say if you're fucking like fighting somebody outside the gas station, it's kind of like there's like surveillance, and it's like, you know, it's a, you know, somebody's not gonna fucking just murder you in broad daylight. But if you pull up at somebody's house, you know what I mean? Like, in, you know, after some shit goes down, bro, like, you know, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Not recommended.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we were outnumbered, and it's kind of like, you know, so the dude grabbed the baseball bat, another guy grabbed a crate, and all these 5 monstrous white men, there's like, you know, start walking up like, oh, hey, what's up? You know? And when I say baseball bat, it was an aluminum baseball bat. So I was like, you know, like, it's all good. You know what I mean? I was like, we'll be back, you know? So have you guys ever seen that movie Warriors? Like Warriors,
like the
Warriors.
Yes.
Warriors.
Yeah, no, Warriors
Come
like,
out to play.
yes, the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So fast forward right to
is that a game
night.
or a movie first?
It was a movie first, bro.
Movie.
Yeah,
movie
that shit's
first.
hard as fuck.
Yeah, Dior, bro. That's that. Yeah, that's some G shit. But anyway, fucking fast forward to the night, bro. So that night, you know what I mean? So clearly, you know, all you have to do is just call your homies like, hey, bro, I just got jumped, bro. And then everyone's like, what? You know what I mean? And then boom, like now we got fucking 9 cars full of fucking people, right? Ready to fucking come collide, right? So
yeah, you
as
high
soon as the
schoolers
sun
don't
falls,
fuck around, bro. I'm telling you.
yeah, well, in the sense of it's like it's not even
Mob.
fucking high school, bro. This is life, you know. So fucking, you know, by the time fucking it gets dark, you know what I mean? It's probably like I don't know, it's like 9 o'clock at night. It's like 7 hours later. You know what I mean? We're like fucking like 9 cars deep, you know, fucking like, and we all parked down the street from the fucking house, right? And fucking, you know, it was bro, I'll never forget this shit, bro, because it reminded me of fucking the movie The Warriors, bro, because it's like, you know, it's fucking dark, we're just out here just fucking, you know, the weather was fucking amazing, you know, we're just about to fucking go to war, bro. I'm dead ass, like I'm not, no cap, like
bro,
no
you can
cap.
see,
He's
you
like,
can see
I heard
all
some
the stars
birds
and
chirping.
shit. There
Yeah.
wasn't a cloud in the sky.
I swear to God,
It was about
So-
78 degrees,
It was.
no
I swear to
humidity.
God, I'll never forget this shit, bro.
Perfect weather to fuck somebody up.
Yeah, so yeah, bro, it's like, bro, like facts, fighting comfort. But anyway, so fucking bro, we're all just fucking like, we parked down the street, we're fucking like walking up, this is all allegedly, right? Hypothetically, this all happened. So we fucking like, you know, hop out. It's like maybe like 20 of us, right? So fucking we're walking up, and fucking, of course, you know what I mean? There's 20 of us, there's 30 of them at this fucking one house. You guys ever, it's like a fucking well, I guess it's not like a fucking barbecue. It's like 30 fucking people at this fucking, and it's bro, 30, yeah, 30 of the strong, yeah. I mean, these guys look like they all fucking were, what's that fucking like that fucking shit where
The
the fucking,
strongest racist white men in the world.
oh man, these dudes, oh yeah, the N-words were flying. But
Oh
you know,
my
anyway,
God.
so we're fucking either way, so we're fucking walking up, and they see us. I see a fucking dude fucking who I hadn't seen before, because there's like 30 of them. I see a dude fucking punch a fence, like a wooden fence, and take the fucking plank that falls off the wooden like bench, the fence as a weapon. I see a fucking dude fucking like running the house, like, you know, people were coming out, there's all types of shit, everybody was fucking picking up anything they could find, bro. Like, it was some warrior shit.
That is like the Warriors, because you could totally like break a fence and pick up a 2x4 to use as a weapon in that game.
A chain,
So, I get what you're saying.
a board
now.
with nails,
so
shit like
to
that.
frame this
Yeah.
out, like they're across, like, so think about just like a regular neighborhood, like we're on one side of the street, they're on the other side. So we had parked down the street, we had walked up on one side, they're on the other side, and then bro, like literally initially, you know how a fight starts, like, hey bro, did you say something? Normally it's not like, you know, like you get there and people just start fucking like on site swinging.
At this point, you're like 8 hours premeditated, so I would expect you to just pull up on site and start fucking swinging.
Bro. So I mean, like, I think like one person said like one thing, like, hey, what's up, bro? And I mean, some guy, one of their team, I guess, was just so angry to see so many black people in one place. This guy just runs straight in, and conflict ensues. I mean, it was fucking war, my dude. And then, you know, it was fucking crazy, bro. Like I had fucking like I had fucking like 2 bricks allegedly, you know, like in my hands, bro.
Allegedly.
Fucking me, yeah, allegedly. You know what I mean? Like it was like some
Fuck,
crazy,
dude.
yeah, it was some crazy shit going on, right? You hear fucking like every fucking police car like in the entire city, right? Like you hear them all coming, right?
I mean, this like leans perfectly into my high school getting jumped by a high schooler story because I literally was
Let him finish, bro.
Damn, I thought
Well,
we were done. That's
I,
my
well,
bad.
no, I
Let
was
him
gonna
finish.
I was gonna say. I mean, I could tell the
Every
rest of the
cop
story
in the
later.
city coming.
But basically, all right. So,
Who
all right,
narked
so
though?
you said what?
Who narked?
Probably the neighbors, bro. Like, could you imagine like looking out your side of your house and be like, "There's a
Yeah.
goddamn
What the
war,
fuck is going on?
30v30." You know what I mean? Like,
Warriors.
there's a 30v30 going on like outside my house, and motherfuckers got fucking weapons and shit.
Warzone.
Yeah, it was insane. So like
Jesus.
so anyway, like it was bad. So it was the first time I had ever fucking seen like, police like actually pull up like guns out. You know what I mean? Like literally hop out the car. You know what I mean? Like everybody, you know what I mean? Like
Who
fucking
got
get the fuck
arrested?
on the ground. One of my homies who's just fucking stupid and just won't stop fighting for anything. You know what I mean? Like literally
Always one.
you're gonna have to shoot. You know what I mean? Like yeah. So
You're
anyway,
gonna have to shoot me.
You're gonna have to shoot him to stop him, huh?
yeah, that guy. But anyway,
Jesus.
yeah, so basically fast forward, whatever, war's going on, fucking cops come, right? Fucking whole precinct, right? Fucking on this one fucking street. I'm fucking running. There's a fucking I see people fucking running the fucking cars, but me, like I said, I don't drive, so I'm not jumping in no fucking car I don't got the fucking keys to. These dudes jump in this car, fucking the other team, they're fucking like jumping on the fucking car, like busting windshields, like all this shit while fucking people are trying to start their cars. I'm running. Some guy chases me like into a fucking alley, bro. I still got like one fucking brick in my hand. Fucking turn around, running, bro. So there's some other shit that happened, like, but just to kind of wrap the story up because I feel like I've been talking for a while. So my homie, my white homie, right? His dad owned a tattoo shop. Yeah, his dad owned a tattoo shop. So, we're, talking to him about it, like, yeah, blah, blah, this is, what happened, blah, blah, we're fucking mad. And he's just like, wait, you guys are where? We're like, oh, yeah, we're here. And he's like, with who? And it's like, yeah, this guy, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I can't help you guys with that at all. And he's always been like, supportive dude, because we're
he
all
did all their white brotherhood tattoos.
Well, so what he told us, let me take a drink. What he told us, he said that bro, he said I'm not fucking with that. He said I'm not helping you guys for shit. We're like, bro, like what the fuck? It says like, bro, why, bro, why? And he's like, bro, he's like, do you know who that is? He's like, that's the Hell's Angels. And I'm just like,
Jesus.
And I'm thinking like, who the fuck is that? Because I don't know shit about fucking biker. You know what the fuck? I don't know shit about. Do I sound like somebody who knows?
Gangland when you were a kid? What the
bro,
fuck?
Yeah, bro. But I don't give a fuck about any of that shit, bro. Like I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that? Some biker? You know what I mean? Like gang or some shit. But I didn't know, like that was like some like actual literal thing. So literally they had actually found like, one of my homies' houses, and they came to his house, and he said that they had like I think he said it was like an AR-15 and a fucking grenade, my dude. And I was like, they're at his fucking door, bro, and they're like, like open the door, or they're like, open the door, you know what I mean? Like on the count of 3, we're gonna fucking.
I've never thought that happened in real life. Like, what's the point of having a fucking grenade?
Bro, I don't think I've ever. I don't even know anybody. I don't even know anybody with a fucking grenade, bro.
Just in case you get jumped by 30 high schoolers at once.
Yeah, it was the first.
Hey, y'all see this shit?
It was the first time out of a fucking video game, bro, I've ever heard of fucking anybody using a fucking grenade, my dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
So, anyway, fucking yeah, bro. So fucking that happened or whatever, and then these dudes, like, they were fucking like circling. They would come to the fucking school, like they would literally just start doing fucking like laps around the high schools. You know what I mean? To fucking like try to find us or some shit. I feel like I've been talking a lot, bro.
Bro,
like,
that's the saddest
keep going.
thing
I'm gonna run downstairs and get another beer while you go. Finish the story. Finish the story,
bro. Like a biker gang, legit, just like trying to intimidate high schoolers by driving around their school.
They were like legit, like fucking looking for us because, like, I'll say, and that's the thing, allegedly. You know what I mean? Because allegedly, you know what I mean? Like there might have been like, I mean, nobody. I don't think anybody died. Right, but allegedly, you know what I mean.
You don't
like,
think?
There were,
yeah, whoa, rewind.
But like there, I think that there, some people got hurt. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, bro. Like, when it comes down to, and it's one thing I learned, like, a long time ago, like as a really young growing up, it's kind of like you'll fight, when it comes down to fighting, bro, like you have like, let's say some high school fights, right, with just like some of your peers or some people, like, you know what I mean, who just like have like anger issues or for whatever reason. But there's also fucking people out there, like, who literally when they fight you, it's like, no, they want to disfigure you, they want to hurt you for real, you know what I mean? Like they're not playing no games. And it's kind of like, that's just kind of like the name of the game. And in all reality, it's like, some people did get hurt, and it's like, some people, really were, looking to
I would argue going into most fights, the objective is to try and hurt somebody.
well, yeah, but I'm what I'm talking about is like, like some people are looking to,
prove a point, and some people are looking to like
well,
really fuck
okay,
you up
like
good.
Kill somebody.
Well, like-
kill somebody.
well,
Yeah.
not even necessarily like just kill somebody, but also like, leave like a statement like, oh, you guys know what a $1.50 is?
Yeah.
Keeping it $1.50.
Yeah.
$1.50.
No, bro. Like, no, when somebody fucking like cuts your face, like from like ear, like, like all the way like down the side of your face, bro, like a $1.50. You guys never heard of that?
I only know about the
That must
Chelsea
be a
grin.
initiation.
Midwest thing.
Yeah, and it's also a reminder. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I was gonna say, bro,
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro, like, there's some people out there like who really want to like legit like,
Oh,
cause
Lordy.
you harm. You know what I mean?
So when I got jumped by high schoolers, I was just walking from one bar to the other, and this fucking kid said something dumb to one of the girls I was with, and I like clapped back like I do on
White
Twitter.
knighted. White knight.
Yeah, I don't tolerate talking shit to like any of my fucking people ever. So I clap back
Of
like I
course.
do on like Salon and Twitter, and just absolutely, put him in a fucking coffin. And then like 4 hours
Put him
later,
in the coffin.
we were walking back to our car, and there was like 12 high school kids standing around my car, literally like waiting for me to get back to the car. And this girl just like yelled at them and like tried to pull them off of me when like 12 fucking kids jumped the shit out of me. So yeah, high school kids are fucking disgusting, and you're all monsters. So, but yeah, I wish I was part of Hell's Angels when that happened. Would have been a
Yeah.
different story.
Do you guys mind if I tell my story? It'll probably take like a minute and a half.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
mine's
say,
d- mine's
go
done
ahead,
already,
bro. I
so
didn't
you're
mean to go on
good.
this fucking like long
All right.
fucking rant, bro. My bad.
All right.
You're up, and then Soul
so-
Sorcerer's next.
yeah. Our esteemed guest. So this was back in college when I was at Madison. I think it was like my senior year. I was outside this bar called the KK, which is like the most popular bar or whatever. It doesn't matter. It was bar time, and so like there was like maybe like 100, 200 people outside just like milling around. You know what I'm saying? And like this car pulled up, and it was full of black dudes, and they were trying to give like high fives to people, and like no one would give them high fives, and I was like,
Why?
my brothers, I'll give you a high five. Like, fuck it. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So I walk up and I give him a high five, and he grabs my hand and he pulls me in to the car, and he slaps me in the face.
Ooh.
Wow.
And I swear to God, he slaps me in the face, and then they like peel off, and I like try to chase the car and punch in the window, and I can't.
That's all. He just
Because
slapped you in the face. That's kind of a bitch move.
Yeah, he slapped me in the face, and they drove off, and I was so mad. And I was with my friend, we'll call him Jonathan. We went back to my crib, and we could get up to
His name's actually
the
Jonathan.
roof at my crib. We could get up to the roof at my crib. So we were like sitting out there, and like he's trying to like have a nice rest of the night or whatever, and I'm just like, fuck these shit out of him. If I see him again, fuck this. I was just like steaming for like three hours or something.
Yeah. Jeez.
And then like finally it's like, oh, there's an A bar over here, so let's go. So like we leave and we're walking, and he goes, yo, that's them. And they're like parked outside of this hotel. And like the hotel guy is like, oh yeah, you guys gotta leave. I'm gonna call the police. Da 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 da. And like I just kind of like roll up and like stand on the sidewalk, like by their passenger side window, and they don't notice me. Like they don't remember probably like what they did. I think they were hammered, and they don't notice that I'm just standing there. And then they like slowly start to leave and pull around, and I like wound up. Like I brought my hand probably like all the way down to my foot, and just
you wound down.
wait,
you mean?
wait. I forgot to tell you. Hold up.
I wound up.
forgot
Brought
to tell
my
you.
hand about down to my foot.
No, it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense. I forgot to tell you this one. so they're at this hotel. The concierge or whatever is yelling at them to leave. And for a while they're not doing it. But the one guy is like sitting outside of the window, like his butt is on the windowsill, and he's like sitting out yelling or whatever. And then they finally decide to pull off, and it's a roundabout. So like I'm like halfway down the roundabout, and the dude's still hanging out the window. And I like brought my open hand, all the way down to my foot. And when they came by me, I just fucking slapped the dude.
Wait,
as hard as I possibly could.
You uppercut slapped somebody, Slade? Is that what you're saying? You literally
the fuck? He almost fell out the window, bro.
You uppercut slapped somebody. Is that what you're telling us?
As hard as I possibly could.
I thought you said you had a crowbar. What happened to that?
Good lord.
Bro. I never mentioned the crowbar.
Oh,
but they were like
bro, uppercut slap, bro. Okay. All right.
They were African dudes, and after I slapped them, I said, "Yeah, fuck you, nigga, fuck you, I'm gonna beat your ass." Da, da, da. And they all ran out the car, and they were like,
"For the record, Slade's black,
say nigga.
So he's
you can't say
that.
nigga."
I just can't get over.
You can't say nigga.
I just can't get over the fucking
Jesus,
uppercut slap, bro. That I've never seen.
And then they all busted out. They all busted out the car and like ran up on us. One dude had a screwdriver or whatever, but like in the end, they just backed down.
Why do you guys have such weird like getting into fights?
It was
stories,
the purest
bro?
form. It was the purest form of justice I've ever experienced, because I was so pissed that it happened to me, and I was stewing on it. And then I saw them like 4 hours later, like against fate, you know.
Yeah.
I just slapped
you
the
showed
fuck
them
out of
too, Slay. You showed him, bro.
Uppercut slap. That's fuck, bro. That's fucking. I would love to see
Source,
that.
You're up. Give us your most entertaining or longest fight story, whichever you choose.
I mean, honestly, like I haven't been in a lot of fights. I try to avoid fights.
Good for you, bro.
You know, this is the merchandise. We can't get that.
I know that's right.
Facts.
But I am trained. I got a black belt in Taekwondo. You know what I mean? So
I know that's right. Oh, okay.
Let's
save some pussy for the rest of us.
Yeah, facts. Big. We're talking. My girl listens to the show, bro. Relax.
In college, I studied abroad for a summer in Europe, and going bar hopping in Europe as a loud drunk American is not always the most positive situation. So there were a couple times where, you know, we got into some altercations with some people, but, you know, we never let it get to the point of like actually brawling or anything. But I think the closest we came was actually with my best friend at a bar in Budapest. I was trying to, you know, be his wingman. He was really looking for some love that night. And so I was just like walking around, like talking to people. I was like, "Hey, have you met my friend?" Like, da da da. And I would walk up to him and I'd be like, "Oh, like she's pretty cute. Like you should talk to her." And in his drunkenness, he thought I was like making fun of him, and like kind of like
friend did.
Yeah, he thought I was like.
It's gonna be a story about you fighting your own friend.
Yeah,
he was so like hammered he didn't recognize the wingman. Come on.
Well,
bro.
So that's what I was trying to do. He thought I was like basically saying like, "Oh, like you're not talking to any girls," like blah 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 blah. And I was just trying to help. So it was miscommunication.
Which he probably wasn't. Which is why you were trying to help.
Yeah, he wasn't. But no, out of nowhere, he literally slapped me across the face in the middle of this bar in Budapest.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
And I looked at him and I was like so confused, and I just very slowly like I put my beer down, and then I slapped the absolute shit out of him too. And then
that's fucking funny. I actually have a very, very similar story. I was in Key West with a couple of buddies for a conference, and I was doing the same thing. I was like trying to get my one buddy laid, but at some point in the night, I don't know if it's because I was so fucked up or what, but like my tactic of trying to get my friend laid turned into, I'm just going to tell every girl we meet that he's gay. And that's going to work. So like literally 3 bars in a row, I am telling every single girl, I'm like, "Hey, have you met my gay friend Bert? Like, this is my boy. Like, he's gay as fuck. Like, you guys can be best friends, whatever." And he's also lactose intolerant. So we're at this bar, 3rd bar, where I am trying to, you know, get girls to bang him by telling these girls that he's gay, because in my head, that's
Can you
gonna
explain
work.
the logic behind that? Yeah, thank you.
No, there is no logic. I'm fucking hammered.
Okay.
It's like 2 a.m. in Key West at this point. Like I've been trying to get him laid the normal way, the fucking Aki way all day, and that didn't work. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna switch it up. The new tactic is tell everyone that he's gay. That's definitely gonna do it. And the bar we're at is like next to this pizza place. It's fucking 2 a.m. So I walk over and I have a slice of pizza because it's 2 a.m. I'm fucking drunk and hungry. And I'm like talking to him like, bro, you're not gonna get fucking laid this entire trip. And he's like, yeah, you dumb bitch. It's because you're telling every girl we meet that I'm fucking gay. And I'm like trying to explain to him that is somehow gonna work. And I'm like,
they love gay guys. Girls love gay guys.
I'm like, bro, girls love gay guys. Just exactly. And then I'm like trying to feed him pizza and he's lactose intolerant. I'm like, bro, you're just hungry. You're drunk and hungry. Just eat some fucking pizza. And he takes a slice of pizza out of my hand and he fucking slaps me across the face with the slice of pizza, bro. And I did not slap him back. That sobered me up instantly. I looked at him and I was like, bro, you're so fucking right. That's my bad. I'm an idiot.
You're like, I'm so sorry.
You deserve that one for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
pizza,
dude,
bro.
to my credit, like I did try my best all day to get him laid and it didn't work. And then, the drugs and the alcohol took over and shit got a little weird. It is what it is. But holy fuck, yeah. I was literally thinking, like, I've never been slapped by somebody before. Like, when I've been in a fight, like, I've gotten punched in the fucking face. But no, I've been slapped
it's shocking.
in the face by a slice of pizza. Yeah, incredibly shocking.
Like, you can never expect the slap.
Right. Oh, Jesus. Well, all right. That took a fucking turn.
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, by the way, not promoting violence.
No, not at all. Fighting is incredibly stupid. Like you get arrested and go to jail for it, and jail is not fun at all. So I don't recommend it to everyone.
Can confirm, jail is not fun.
Not fun at all. Yeah. So unless you're fighting somebody in the Midwest where nobody really gives a shit, apparently, or in your living room or whatever, don't fight people. It's stupid. It's a waste of time. We're talking about stories about when we were like young, dumb kids. So we're all adults here now for the most part. Fuck Batman. Let's take some questions from Twitter first. You got a lot of like, nobody is going to understand what the fuck this is about besides the person that asked the questions on Twitter. But I did, I think, pull a few. Mr. Cuddles absolutely crushing the YouTube chat right now. NFA, not fighting advice.
Oh, word. Hey, that's a bar. Hey, that's a bar.
What do you do? And you're wearing a hat now, so it's hard to tell, but everyone that was in New York saw this. What do you do to get your hair so immaculate? What product do you use?
Well, my hair's not like honestly that immaculate now. It used to be. I used to have really beautiful long hair, and I'll tell you the brands. So I used Kevin Murphy branded leave-in conditioner almost every day, then I used I can't remember.
I've never even heard of a leave-in conditioner. It sounds greasy.
Oh, it's a women's hair product. You got to do what you got to do, but that was the big one. And then I had nice shampoo and stuff. But I think the secret to hair is just to like lean into what it wants to do. Like it's got a mind of its own. Like you got to support that. You can't go against that.
Wow, that's fucking alpha. Jesus. He's got it all. What is this? Okay. Nah. So we talked about the rebrand briefly. Apparently at one point you were talking about doing like a Food Network show. Valerian Bell described it as a food porn blog, which I didn't know it was going to be porn at first. I thought it was just like a food show, and we were going to call you Sushi for a while, which I have actually used a few times. I fuck with calling you Sushi instead of Soul Sorcerer, but what was the deal behind this food blog that you were going to do and did not do?
Do you think food porn is actual porn?
Yes.
I mean, I've been aroused.
It's not
food.
It's not the case.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just like, I'm a foodie, man. Like I love to cook. I cook all the time. I love to go out and eat. Like if I'm going to spend hundreds of dollars on something, like it's probably
It's gonna be
going to
food.
be food, right? Like,
Same. Fuck yeah.
and so I just really appreciate like the culinary art, as stupid as that sounds, and probably came from like a
Doesn't
young
sound
age.
stupid at all.
Well, but
I
like,
don't think it sounds stupid. It's dope.
yeah, my mom, she went to culinary school, and so growing up, like she always cooked, and I always helped her and stuff. And so I love to cook, and I've sent some pictures of the food that I've cooked in DDAO, and I realized that a bunch of these fucking nerds don't know how to cook. They just
Facts.
like eat the plainest shit.
True. Yeah.
Ramen.
Chicken fingers.
Yeah,
Or order Uber
Chicken
Eats
fingers.
every day.
yeah, and so like I
Word.
would love to start something like that. I think what I'm number one, it's like a time thing. Like
For sure.
cooking is already pretty time intensive, right? You got to like prep, cook, clean. So like if you're gonna like film something or take pictures of things during that, it's just like an extra layer.
Facts.
But I would like to. I mean, I'm really passionate about food. Like my long term goal in life, like when I retire, is I want to retire owning a restaurant and like being the chef.
Okay.
So like one day I'll definitely be in that world, but I'm not sure if that day is.
I feel like being a chef is like pretty hard. Like you gotta like train up from the bottom, So like, are you gonna retire and start as a busboy, or are you gonna retire and start straight as the chef?
Well, I was gonna say, have you worked like in a restaurant before? Like, where does that come from?
No, I mean I haven't worked in a restaurant. I just love to cook. And like honestly, to toot my own horn a little bit, like I'm pretty good at it. Like I'm not like I cook pretty good food, right? And a lot of that came from just learning from my mother. But no, when it comes to like opening a restaurant, I mean, I'm never the kind of person that like thinks I'm the expert at anything, right? Like if I'm the smartest person in the room, then I'm in the wrong room. You know what I mean? And so what I would like to do is, hire, other great chefs and people that in their own right are skillful and experts in their field, and
just tell them what to do.
Not tell them what to do, to work alongside them, like, learn from them, but also like, yeah, it's going to be my fucking restaurant. So, we're going to be cooking my food, but no, it's tough, but I've never worked in the restaurant business. I think it's a tough business. I feel for a lot of like
brutal
service workers, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm a good tipper. But yeah, it is very difficult, especially working, in a line, like at a restaurant and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Super high stress environment. But at the end of the day, to me, it's almost like
what's your like what style of restaurant would you own? Because I at one point had a dream and an idea with my cousin that we were gonna own like a fried seafood place that was on the intercoastal in Florida, and it was going to be attached to like a water sports rental. So like you could go to the bar, get some, get like a mahi sandwich and crush a couple beers, and then go next door and sign a waiver and like rent a jet ski. What is your restaurant or whatever that you would like to own?
That's tough, because I mean it's really between two. Like I would either want to have the best brunch spot in town and then be done with work at like 2:30. Or I would want to have like a very high end, like kind of steakhouse vibe, but also has like, other kinds of foods. I'm really like, I've been lucky in my life to be able to travel a lot. And so like, a lot of European food really appeals to me, especially like Spanish food. So I would like to have some sort of, tapas kind of place, like small plates, lots of, variety and just like focus on the quality of the small bites.
Oh yeah. That's I mean, that's quite opposites of each other, the brunch spot or the nice restaurant. So does that mean that you can like literally cook it all? Like you're a fire breakfast cook, you can cook dinner as well? Because I can only cook breakfast. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I can probably cook anything. Obviously, if I have a recipe, like that's easy. You just follow the steps. But I love to just go to the store, like look at what's there, like what looks good, and I just kind of like figure it out as I go. But yeah, I mean, I cook dinner like all the time, cook breakfast, love eggs, a little bit of French toast here and there.
Yeah.
I just love to cook. I don't know. It's just fun to me. To me, it's like even kind of therapeutic. Like it's like I get in this trance and then it's just like boom, like it's over. And I'm like, oh, wow, that was good.
I think you should explore that a bit. I think there's lots of room for like Web 2 entertainment within Web 3, right? Like we're trying to do this podcast with live
A cooking
streams
show?
that show what people look like. Yeah, a cooking show. Like when I do like the reviews on Twitter too, like I mean, and when I say reviews, it's like me doing a shoey in somebody's merch or whatever, but like people are always like, "Oh, start a fucking YouTube channel, like put that shit on YouTube." Like I feel like people, I mean, what do we have for entertainment right now? Twitter and Twitter Spaces, right?
Yeah.
Like take our Web3 personalities and turn it into something that is like real life. Who knows? Maybe somebody will learn how to cook and not just order Grubhub for every meal too. I think you should explore that. That sounds fire.
I'd love to. I mean, I think for me right now, it's like more of a question of bandwidth. Because
For
I
sure.
still have the IRL job. I work with DeGods, doing all that kind of stuff.
Is the IRL job still tech startups? Before that though, what's your signature or favorite dish to make?
Ooh,
Per the chat.
I think my favorite dish to make is a little cliche, but I love a good steak. But I don't grill it. I use what's
Grilled
called
steaks are overrated.
a sous vide. I don't know if you guys are aware
Yep,
of what
of
that is.
course.
Yeah. So
Isn't that like when you like fucking
Basically
vacuum
boil
seal it
it
or
to
something
like
and drop
the
it into a
perfect
yeah.
exact temperature, and then you just like give it a quick sear on either side.
yep. Yeah. So
Fire.
Hey Source.
yeah.
Hey Source, if you band with your homies from the DDAO, you can achieve anything.
I know, honestly, isn't
That's
that
a good
crazy?
one.
Like that
I'll give you that.
that's a legitimate thing though. Like we're a powerful group of people.
That's facts. All right. What was the question I asked right before I interrupted you and said, what was your favorite dish?
My job.
Yes. What's the job? Because I get that question a lot. When are you going to quit your IRL job? When are you going to go full-time Web3? I feel like, I mean, it's weird, but I feel like it's the minority to have like a full-time real job in this space, which to me is crazy, but in Web3, I guess is like what everyone's doing. So lay it on me. Brother.
Yeah, I mean, so my job, I mean, like I'm a startup founder. So like technically, like I'm a CEO founder of my company.
Okay.
It is a different situation than a lot of other jobs, just because I mean, in the world of startups, it's very flexible, and frankly, like what we're doing, it's very slow moving. So, it's taken a long time, and it's going to keep taking a long time, which has allowed me to kind of moonlight as a degen, which is honestly that's the whole reason I'm not like doxxed on Web3, is because in the beginning I was like really pumped about NFTs, and I was like tweeting them and stuff from my main Twitter account. But like, there's people on there that are like, what is that?
Right.
And so it was kind of like this buffer, not because I didn't want to dox to people on Web3, but I didn't want, current investors, potential investors, business partners, all that kind of stuff to know at the beginning that, oh, I'm actually a degenerate. And so when it comes to, the question of like, will I leave that? I'm working on that now, honestly. I'm trying to figure out like what the hell to do, because at the end of the day, I love everything about what I've been doing in Web3. Like the last 9 months has been the most fun I've ever had working on anything. And that's not just DeGods. That's also just like meeting all these people on Twitter and, hell, just flipping NFTs. Like that shit's fun.
Right.
And so, I would love to lean into that passion as much as I possibly can. I'm just a little bit, there are barriers, right? Because I do have a fiduciary responsibility to, a few people.
Yeah.
But I would like to. I think fast forward a couple years, like I would love to be in Web3 full time.
Is this the same startup company that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Wait, give us like what does the company do? Can you give us a broad?
Yeah.
So we can see whether it's cool or not.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's essentially like we do automated alcohol compliance for merchants that sell alcohol. Specifically, we're talking about like stadiums, arenas, bars, all that kind of stuff. And so what we do is is we verify people's IDs using all kinds of different technology. We add their, credit card, debit card, or whatever to that. You have an account with us, and then that allows you to literally leave your wallet at home when you go out.
Okay.
You just access it on your phone.
Slightly familiar with that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Very nice. Well, best of luck to you. I mean, if the IRL job is like paying fucking nice and you still get the DJ on the side, I say keep it. Like that's the situation I'm in. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing though, is like in startups, you don't really get paid very well because like you have other things to pay for the company, and like we're dealing in a very regulated industry, so it's hard to get things to move forward. And so, when you watch these TV shows like Silicon Valley or whatever, a lot of it seems like super fun, like super cool and like, super awesome. Right. But when you're actually living the life, like there's a lot more lows in my experience than there are highs. And mentally, I think it's very taxing. It has been for me at least, and so, yeah, I it's not like I'm not staying, working at my startup because of any financial reasons. It's literally because like, this is my fucking baby, and like, we've made it this far. It's like, we're right there. We're right there. And so honestly speaking, and this is the alpha, I've got a call next week that is kind of like a make or break call. It's a sale that we're gonna hopefully make, knock on wood. If we make this sale, I'm gonna turn around, and I was planning on raising another fundraising round traditionally with venture capital and all that. But now I'm in DGen, and I'm like, I don't know about that. What if we launched an NFT? And
God.
Yeah. And so essentially, if things go perfectly, maybe I'll transition my company into Web3, launch an NFT collection that would provide, in my mind, like some of the more real world utility, being like, access to events, special tickets, things like that, because those are the relationships that we have. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But the world is
it's funny you say that, like, working in a startup is taxing, and I feel like that's like being in Web3 and like doing NFTs and all that shit. It's like nonstop, incredibly taxing. A lot of times does not pay well, if anything, for the work that you put in. But hey, if that's what you're enjoying doing, fuck it.
Yeah. And I mean, Frank said it, I think, the other day on his space too. He's talking about burnout.
Of course he did.
And like like burnout is not, just like getting tired of working. It's like getting tired of working really hard for something that's not like moving forward. And I picked like a hard industry to like innovate in when I picked like alcohol compliance, right? And then, when you compare that directly to how quickly things move in crypto, how fast you're able to ship things, and like the immediate results of whatever decision that you make, that's what's gotten me so excited about crypto. And that's what makes me so bullish about like Solana and the ecosystem, is because like, it's not just that everybody moves quickly. It's that everybody is like hungry to move quickly. And that's why there's so much.
Facts. Where'd you get your Solana shades? Those are fire.
Solana shades. There was like some website several months ago
just chucking out Solana shades.
Yeah, someone was like, "Yo, like, it was free." Like, someone was like, "Just put your like shipping info, and like they'll send you some shades." And I was like, "Whatever." And then they came. So here we are.
For free.
Those are sick.
Yeah,
I fumbled that bag. All right, chat. Y'all got any more questions? We're gonna take about 60 seconds to hear that slate chapter. Y'all got any more questions?
I got one question, bro. When is the next funding round for the stables?
Good question.
Very soon. Likely, like, we'll probably start it next week. So we're probably going to do like an AMA in DDAO, just for like all the contributors and potential contributors, ask some questions, get clear on it. But I did announce the next funding round earlier. And so the next funding round, we're going to be raising 1,000 Solana at 10 Solana per share. So the price of course, has increased again because everybody's so fucking bullish. But we are limiting the raise so that we can protect existing investors and not have that much dilution.
So was that a
Love it.
So was that a date or is
No
this
date
AMA
yet.
and- all right,
Probably
got it.
sometime next week. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Calendar's marked, bruh. Okay. Word.
Yeah.
Like
And then I
Mike, I'll
did
let
see
you
a
know.
question in the chat from Cuddles about me and Frank's relationship. Because
Oh yeah.
I do know Frank IRL.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't when I minted DeGods, which is like kind of funny. But but yeah, so I knew Frank from IRL Twitter. Just like tech Twitter is similar to like crypto Twitter.
What the fuck is IRL
Sure.
Twitter?
Like not NFTs, you
Yeah,
fucking nerd.
like tech Twitter, like startup people, bro. And
It's like
It's
Silicon
like-
Valley, bro, but just like fucking Twitter, bro.
right.
I mean, yeah, literally. Like,
So did you know him in real life or did you know him from Twitter?
Well, like it's in real life Twitter.
Same
So, like,
shit.
it's doxed. Like we all know
I
what
don't
we all
understand.
do and stuff.
So outside
All right, so
outside
it's
of crypto and
doxed.
NFTs, there are other industries,
Yeah.
right? So like if I
understand that.
work
I
in
understand
hockey
that.
and I'm on Twitter and I follow a lot of people that
Buddy,
are
shut
also
up.
in Twitter, I'm just making sure you understand. You're good?
I understand. I said I
You're
understand.
good. Okay, cool.
What I want to know is, did you know him? Had you met him in person, or was it just a Twitter
Oh,
thing?
just a Twitter thing. Yeah. But
Okay.
but essentially, like we're both part of this like group on Twitter. We got like a group chat, and it's just like a bunch of startup founders, like people in VC, just like people we vibe with, you know, and like want to talk about like business and shit with, and like we all met up like in Miami pretty much, and like we met up in New York and all that, and so. He was in that group. I didn't like know really much about him. And then like one time he like sent this meme. It's really funny. It was like some redneck in a pool, and in the caption, and he was just like holding a beer, like looking, you know, a little bit tired. And the caption was like, "Oh well, we were pretty rich there for a second." And it was about crypto, right? And I was just like, "That's funny," because I was rich for a second. And so I posted it on my Instagram story, and you know, I wasn't just gonna steal the man's meme. So I followed him, tagged him, and then he like followed me back, and so we were like followers on Instagram. And then when the LA Hacker House happened, and he was on stage wearing like the mask and everything, I just thought that picture that we all memed up, I thought that was a vibe, dude. Like he's just chilling there in like the fucking mask. He's got the sunglasses on. He's
That was
got
great.
like, you know, a sick sweatshirt on, and I was like, that's a vibe. So I posted that picture on my story, and I was like, if you know, you know. And this man, I'll literally read you the conversation, because this man straight up swiped up on my story, and he was like, "Yo," because I had
This is when you're still like Web 2 buddies.
yeah, we're like Web 2 buddies. I had no I think at this
That's
point,
wild.
like I knew he was involved in like DeGods, but I didn't know he was like Frank, dude. And so he replied to that story. I'm scrolling up. And he was just like lol, and I was like, bro, is that you?
I've never heard someone say that out loud.
Yeah. I was like,
That
bro,
was
is that
brutal.
you? Like our
Lol.
friend said you were on the team, because I'm a DeGods DGen. I have 3. Like I had 3 at the time.
Yeah.
And then he sent me like a docs picture of himself at the event wearing the same shit. And I was like, bro, you're insane. And like we just had like
Let's
this
go.
quick conversation about like, oh my God, like how long have you been? I was like, dude, I minted, like I'm part of this thing.
That's so fucking dope.
Gang shit.
Yeah,
gang
facts.
I've
shit.
been on the wall in Discord for months, haven't said a word.
Straight up, dude. Like I think at this point I was on the alpha team or something. And so
Oh,
like
yeah.
he was just like, holy shit, like I saw you and stuff. And I was like, yeah, dude. So does this mean I get that follow back now? And he was like, yeah, I got you. But it was just like it's like a small world kind of thing, right? Like I knew like of him, I knew what he did like professionally for like his own startup and the other companies that he worked for. And then like I knew about Frank separately and like how bullish I was on
That's
him.
wild.
And then I just figured out like, oh my God, they're the same people.
How did Cuddles know that?
I've talked about it before.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Probably on a Twitter space.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say,
wasn't there.
see,
Damn
clearly
it,
you're not in the
man.
Twitter spaces. Clearly,
Fuck, man.
No,
Join the
I've
journey.
talked about that kind of stuff in like DDAO, bro. Like come hang out in the voice chat.
Bro, I'm not on Discord either.
you fucking strangers to the
Oh,
environment.
man, I'm the most Web 0 motherfucker in crypto and NFTs. Damn it.
Discord's the worst.
Shit.
But no, and then the first time I met him IRL was in New York.
Yeah. Fucking wild. That was dude. Not line, but like the amount of people that wanted to say what's up to Frank, like seeing him on the yacht. That was pretty funny. And when somebody told me like, yo, that's Frank, and I looked over, it was because he was like in the middle of a conversation, and I might even say like a slight altercation with somebody from a different project. And I was like, oh fuck, this is the perfect time for me to go over and say what's up. Like, let me try and bust him out of this conversation. But yeah, that was very, very interesting. And I had the line of the jits behind me too for the introduction.
All the jits. No, I mean he's a popular guy, man. I mean it's refreshing to have someone like him like in this space,
Dude.
but like at the end of the day, like he's just like a normal guy, just like the rest of us, you know. Like,
he's not a normal guy. He's a fucking robot that can somehow cover every single base
Frank's
in
a
the
G, bro.
space
Yeah.
at the same time. Like, I don't know how he does it, dude.
He's just a fucking G, bro. That's just what
I'd
it
be like
is.
walking by like him talking to like some people that I knew on the yacht, and I'd be like, I'm gonna like pop in for a second and like say what's up and see what they're talking about. And they like full on Magic Eden yacht, open bar, like people are getting buck wild, talking about like upcoming projects they're bullish on. And like, I'm like, dude, oh my God, like you're nonstop. You are a fucking tank and you're programmed to be the face of Solana. God bless you. Godspeed.
yeah, I mean
100% not a normal guy.
No, not a normal
well, I guess
guy.
like I just think of him as a normal guy because like I know like a lot of founders that have like that same like fire. You know what I mean?
True.
And I think it's maybe
Where they at?
they're building Web 2 companies.
Fucking pussies.
But it's like, you know, having someone that has the true like founders mentality of like, oh, I'm starting from nothing to build something great. Cause like,
Yeah,
like, you know, in the world of startups, like no one's investing in companies that'll make, you know, $100 million. Like it's literally either you're going to be $100 billion company or no one gives a fuck about you.
yeah,
And so it's like, it's super cutthroat. It's hard to fucking get venture capital investment. It's hard to like make those first sales. And so like for somebody that has done it, then moving into this space where like actually everybody's so receptive and like ready to learn and like ready to be a part of these things, like it's the perfect storm for someone like him. And I'm just so glad like we're all on this fucking train, bro.
that we got him, dude. That's our guy.
He is. He's our
We
guy.
don't got to do shit, but just hang around. It's so easy.
We just got to get him into destables now.
Gang shit.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? I wish I had known about this beef when I was in New York.
It's actually hilarious.
Fantastic.
I
I
think it's funny.
love it. I love it. That's fantastic.
But no, I at the end of the day though, like with destables, like my big thing is like, dude, I don't care like what people like say about me and like if they think it's cool or whatever. I just want to make sure that like our managers, the people who actually do the fucking work, get that recognition. So like it was really awesome when Frank like came out and said that he like tweeted that he loved destables and stuff because like while it's a joke to me, like, you know,
Yeah,
means a lot.
well,
to a lot
hey,
of
shout out the managers real quick because I won't lie to you, I have no idea who any of them are.
Oh, dude, of course. We've got Helio, we've got F Dog, we've got Colt, we've got Monkey Tennis. Those are probably our four most active guys. They're always, you know, just grinding in there. And honestly, special shout out Monkey Tennis, dude. Like this is one of the coolest stories from destables. He wanted to join destables, but he didn't have a DeGod. And like we somehow like he was just so bullish and wanted to be a part of what we were doing that we were able to like broker some trades and like figure out some deals to where he was able to not only join the DeGods community and like, you know, be a part of that, but now he's, you know, the like manager, you know what I mean? And to me, it was really cool to see that like destables was the reason why somebody joined DeGods, and like they're an absolute rock star in their own right. And so being able to like have, you know, dope community members come into DeGods because of destables is like something I never thought would ever happen. And I just love that.
Hell yeah. That's like D-Shoeies. A little different, but
baby.
Hey, I'll tell you what you can't do. You can't stake D stables for dust, but you can stake D shoeies for dust. Coming soon. Thank
Dude,
you.
Oh
let's
man.
Thanks,
go.
Matt.
I got a couple of those shoeies. I'm ready.
Not those shoeies. So there's the shoeies that were minted in dust to help get Big Ed, who we all know is the fucking OG Nigerian Mamba, the
Yeah.
Duppie's monster, and then Big Nick, Crypto Nick, who's the 33.3 fucking tweeze guy,
Mhm.
shoeies for days. Those were to help them get their last little chunk of soul they needed for some D gods. Nick has his dead god now, which is fire. I
Yeah,
think
I've
Big
seen
Ed is
that.
still like 30-ish soul away. 1,000 dust does not go very far at all these days anymore.
Yeah.
But the shoeies, the ones that you're going to be able to stake, the barrel down, Mickey down ones, are the ones that I am personally giving to people who have done shoeies on Twitter, who are bad motherfuckers. And I've got a little bit of sponsorship dust coming in that you're going to be able to stake those shoeies for dust. Probably by the end of this week, maybe next week, because I'm
That's
going on a trip this weekend, but we'll figure it out. But yeah,
All right.
all
So
we do
I
is
kind of got
build.
rugged, but I still think that's pretty cool.
No, you contributed to good members in the community, like our guy that we got a DGod and on the D Stables manager team, like that. But the stakeable for dust D shoeies are strictly for people who have done a shoey on the fucking timeline on Twitter, flexing that shit, helping support Shoey Summer, that type of
Shoey Summer. No, I love that. That's sick. I honestly thought it was going to be my shoeies, and I was like, wow, this sounds like a Ponzi, but this makes a lot more sense.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, the shoeies that got minted to help Nick and Big Ed get fucking DGods, like I thought that was very cool. I had nothing to do with that. That was another D shoeies community member, I'll call it, that just was like, hey, I made this art, I have this idea, blah blah blah. But yeah, my shit, like, you ain't earning dust just because you spent a little dust on a shoey. Like, my shit are free, bro. This is shoey to earn. This is not buy dust, buy a shoey for dust and then stake it for dust. This is shoey to earn. Shit's free. Earn your dust. All you gotta do is rip a couple beers out of a shoe.
Dude, but like it took off. Like what the hell? You know what I mean?
It's insane.
Like
it's insane.
Like why?
My pinned
How is
tweet-
D shoeies like this whole fucking thing? Like now it's just like what happened?
At a yacht party on the Hudson River,
Tell
about
him.
a dozen men chug beers from their shoes as onlookers cheer.
Hell yeah. Do you have that memorized? Because I need to have that memorized, and I don't.
I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's imprinted in my brain
memory's
now. It was dope
ass,
as
dude.
fuck.
Wait, hey, where were you on the yacht when the shoey video happened?
I honestly have no idea where I was because I didn't see it.
That's fair. A lot of people have the same answer.
Yeah, I wish I was like honestly, I was probably drunk enough that I would have done the shoey too.
Next time.
I just wasn't aware of the activity taking place.
It went from like a well orchestrated, I'm gonna find everyone on this boat to do a shoey, to I had about 12 to 15 degenerates like yelling, following me, and I was like, all right, we need beers from the bar now so we can put them in shoes and drink them now. So it went from like well orchestrated, I want to make sure everyone can participate, to like, this shit is going down right now whether I like it or not. Next time it'll be, more of an organized event. But yeah, that's, dude, the shoey takeover, fucking A. I mean,
Dude.
You can't ask for much more, right? Like, it all started, I guess I was like giving away dust on Hey Wallet, right? Like, obviously people are going to do
Dude,
shit
you were
for free
giving
dust,
you're
but-
like fucking Oprah, my guy. Okay, like Hey Wallet, like do they sponsor you yet? Because like
no, they fucking need to though.
dude,
It's kind of fucked up, to be honest.
Hey
should be
Wallet, if
sponsoring
you're
them.
listening, hook it up. Let's go.
Yo, shout out Barrel Dow for sponsoring me and reimbursing like most of the dust that I gave away up to a certain point, because your boy would be broke as fuck if not for that. So
Well, dude, in
But, yeah.
Barrel Dow, that you guys did the tequila, right?
Yes. And that's probably going to like actually get dropped soon. And there's most likely going to be a like Solana summer put your NFT on a beer drop where like all types of communities can participate in that and have their own like beer drop like DAA did.
That's
I'm fucking
so
pumped
sick.
for that. Yeah.
Oh,
Little
bullish.
D alpha at the end there.
Bullish on JB.
Bullish. All I do is rip shoeies and promote alcoholism on Twitter. Let's fucking go.
Hey, don't fix what ain't broke.
Hell yeah. Oh man. All right, boys. We got anything else? I think we are tapped out. This has been a hell of an episode. An absolute pleasure to have you on, Source. I wish we could have worked out a rebrand while we had you here, but you know, it is what it is. You know, you get stuck with names. The Source. I fuck with it. I can call you Source.
Hey, we can make it a contest, right? To listeners, if you guys come up with a spicy, rebrand, if I pick it, I'll send you a shit ton of dust.
At least 6.9 dust, probably more.
I was thinking like 100 or more than that.
Yeah, let's go 100 dust. That's like
this brand is important, my guy.
It is. The question is whether it's too late for you to rebrand or not. But I think you can always change.
It's never too late.
I should have just done it when I changed my PFP because I used to have.
Ever heard of P Diddy?
And then I switched to the Mickey.
Diddy, you mean?
Diddy.
P Diddy. Oh wait, what's his name? He's been Puff Daddy, P Diddy, and now he's just Diddy.
I think it's just Diddy now. Yeah, it's never too late to rebrand, baby.
Facts.
Yeah. Let's work it out.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. This was fun.
Yes, of course, man. Thank you so much, and good luck in the upcoming sale, and hopefully getting out of your startup and going into full Web3 DGen mode. We're all rooting for you and hope to have you as a part of the DGods team for a very long time. Appreciate you, boys. Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
And Slate chapter, we out.